202? I'm number 27.
Hi, folks. We're going to have our 50-50 raffle. What's going on here tonight at the ballpark? Just stop by the table in front of the Wild Wing shop and purchase some tickets for the raffle. We'll announce the winner later on this evening, and you must be present to give the prize. You make that announcement after the 7th inning. It's only $1 ticket or $5 for 6 tickets. All the proceeds will go to the Cracker Jack Foundation and charitable are all on the Ducks. Remember now, that's the table in front of the Wild Wing shop, the upper concourse behind home plate. Sign up for our 50-50 raffle here tonight. And good luck from the Long Island Ducks at the Cracker Jack.
This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one quack away from the championship.
Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept the Camden River Sharks. They are the 2004 Atlantic League champions.
Lions bunts up the third baseline. Esquivel charging in. They're not going to have a play, and the Ducks are the champions of the Atlantic League here in 2012. Going back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch. Adam Bailey makes the catch. And for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks Northwell Health Southside Hospital pregame show.
We are live here at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. It is time once again for Long Island Ducks baseball. And tonight, the Ducks are back home and will open up a 3-game series against the Sugar Land Skeeters. Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Michael Pollack. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play for all of tonight's action alongside David Weiss here in the broadcast booth from Bethpage Ballpark. And we appreciate you tuning in to another edition of Long Island Ducks baseball. So the Ducks head back home after a very difficult series on the road during the course of the week. Long Island facing the Lancaster Barnstormers for 3 games, and they were swept in that 3-game set, losing all 3 games, including the finale yesterday, by a count of 7-4. The Ducks will certainly looking to get some home cooking as they come back here, 14-6 at home this season. And David, certainly a homestand that the Ducks are very much looking forward to, although a short one after what was a very difficult week.
It was 3 losses, as you said, in Lancaster, and they are dealing now with some rather significant injuries that we will detail as we go along. So the Ducks are going to have to come together, make up for those who are not on the field, and see what they can do, starting with the Sugar Land Skeeters here at home. When the Ducks left Bethpage Ballpark, they're in first place. They have now slipped back to second place, a half game behind the front-running Somerset Patriots, but they're still in the middle of things, in the thick of things. There's still plenty of time left for the first half of the season. So the Ducks, again with the key injuries, depending on a pitcher tonight that we have seen before, and he has at times been really dominating, Jack Snodgrass, the lefty, on the mound tonight.
Yeah, the starting pitching has been struggling a little bit of late for Long Island, so they will certainly look to get back into the win column here tonight and look for a strong start from Snodgrass. Meanwhile, looking at yesterday's game, it was a very similar story to the first few games of that series, as the Ducks had to play catch-up. They did take a 1-0 lead in the first inning as Phelan Lantini singled up the middle. Ruben Gotay drew a walk to put runners at first and second with 1 out, and that brought up Tyler Colvin. Here's the 1-0. Ripped down the right field line. That's going to be a base hit. Lantini around third. He will score easily. Gotay on his way to third. Colvin will now head to second as the throw comes in at first, and he is in there safely with an RBI double. Ducks get the early lead. They are in front 1-0. So the Ducks get a 1-0 lead, but Mike Blank and Blake T. Cody would then each strike out swinging to end the threat and leave 2 runners in scoring position. And in the bottom of the first inning, Bobby Blevins on the mound for the Ducks got the first 2 batters out, but then gave up a single to left field by Caleb Gindle, an RBI double to right by Josh Whitaker to tie up the game at 1, and then Josh Bell, his second 2-out, 2-run home run of the series, and 4th homer of the year. That put the Barnstormers in front 3-1. Ducks would close to within a run in the 3rd inning as Phelan Lantini reached on a ground rule double, and 2 batters later, Ruben Gotay came to the plate. 2-2. Lifted in the air to shallow left field. On the run in is Josh Whitaker. Won't get it. It lands for a base hit. Lantini around third. He will come in to score. An opposite field RBI single for Ruben Gotay. And the Ducks have cut the deficit to 1. It's a 3-2 ball game. So Gotay with the RBI single, making it a 3-2 game, but they would leave Gotay on base, and in the bottom half of the inning, a one-out opposite field solo home run that just snuck over the wall and right by Kevin Aarons, and the lead was back up to 2. Again, the Ducks closing the deficit to 1 in the 4th inning. Blake T. Cody a single to right, and then with one out, Anthony Vega was the batter. And his first pitch, Vega swings at a broken bat, flare into right center field. That'll get down for a base hit. T. Cody around third, he will score. Vega is trying for 2. Here comes the throw in to second base, and Vega is out. So Anthony Vega gambling, trying to get to second base with one out in the inning, and he gets thrown out. But it is an RBI single, and the Ducks again have closed back to within 1 at 4-3. So it was a one-run game at 4-3, and then the Ducks had the big opportunity in the 5th inning with runners at first and third on back-to-back singles by Dan Lyons and Ruben Gotay with one out in the inning. But Tyler Colvin and Mike Blank back-to-back strikeout swinging ended that threat. And then the Barnstormers getting 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th on an RBI ground rule double from Aarons, an RBI single to center from Gindel. And Lancaster at that point had themselves a 6-3 lead. Ducks would get a run in the 6th on a solo homer to right by Blake T. Cody, his 3rd of the year. But the Barnstormers get the run back in the bottom of the frame on Aarons' 3rd hit of the day, an RBI single to right, and Lancaster wins the game 7-4. Brian Evans with the win improves to 3-2. Bobby Blevins, the loser, falls to 1-3, and Corey Burns earns his 8th save of the year. We'll take a break here on the pregame show. When we come back, I'll be joined by Long Island Ducks second baseman Ruben Gotay.
Hey fans, this is Kevin Baez, manager of the Long Island Ducks, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
Northwell Health Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and Northwell Health Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at northwell.edu.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, getting ready for tonight's game between the Long Island Ducks and the Sugarland Skeeters, game number 1 of a 3-game series. Ruben Gotay had himself a pretty good series in Lancaster during the week for Long Island. Had a couple hits and a couple walks in yesterday's game. I had the chance to catch up with him before tonight's ball game.
Are you guys happy to be back here at home in Bethpage Ballpark?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's always good. I feel happy to come back home and have pretty good games. Go back to the winning column and keep it going.
It was a tough series for you guys in Lancaster. Was there one thing that you could kind of pit it on that made things difficult for you guys against that lineup?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, our pitchers were doing their best they could. I mean, made pretty good pitches, but you gotta tip your cap to the other team. They make adjustment, good contact, and they beat us all 3 games, but that's part of the game. Hopefully that series done. Well, hopefully no. That series done, and now we come back here and get the job done at home.
It's obviously, as a hitter, a good thing playing in that ballpark, especially with that shallow right field. But when you see them have about 5 home runs in that series, and a lot of them were those balls that just cleared the wall and right, does it make it even more frustrating for you guys?
It is frustrating, but we got the same opportunity that they did. They took advantage. We did our best. I mean, we still got some homers. We still got some big hits. It just could not come on top. But nothing. That's part of the game. We got to put that on the past and just focus on the new teams coming home now.
As a team, when you go through a stretch where you struggle a little bit, getting that big hit that you need and opportunities to tie the game or take the lead with runners in scoring position, is there anything you guys can work on to improve that, or is it just a matter of kind of getting the right pitch at the right time?
Yeah, I think sometimes, getting the right pitch at the right time, but their pitching staff did a pretty good job. They were throwing, not everything right on the middle. I mean, they were, using the corners hard, soft, and they combine everything. So nothing. Sometimes you gotta just tip your cap. But like I said before, just forget about that series and get a new mindset for this series, and hopefully we'll win every game, but especially tonight.
You talk about this new series, new mindset. You split a 4-game series with these guys a couple weeks ago in Texas. What is the key to beating the Sugar Land Skeeters team?
They got a good team too. A lot of experienced guys that can play the game. Good offense, good defense, good pitching stuff. So, like I said, it's gonna be a tough series, but we gotta take a game at a time and hopefully win the first one, and then think about the other two.
Does it give you guys confidence knowing the 3 starters you have in this series have all had strong starts to the season in Snodgrass, Blackmore, and Brownell?
Yeah, that will give you a good amount of confidence when you get good starters coming in this series. And like I said before, we gotta take a game at a time. We know, or at least I know, that the pitching side is gonna do their job now. It's about us to get the job done. I know we can. It's just, like I said, we cannot keep thinking about our last series. It's a new one, and hopefully it'll be a positive one.
On a personal level, I know you were remarking to me the other day in Lancaster how it takes you a little bit of time, but after a while you start feeling a little bit better physically, mentally when you go up to the plate. How tough was it for you coming into the Atlantic League for the first time and getting adjusted to the style of play here, the level of the play here, and getting yourself physically in the shape you wanted to be in?
It is hard. It doesn't matter how long you've been playing this game. It's hard when you spend some amount of time without playing and then come to a new team, new league, and right away you gotta come and produce, because that's all about. And nothing. It took me a while. It's still, getting used to getting my mindset, my body set, but it's coming along, and I feel pretty good so far right now. My body's getting in shape. So it's like I say, sometimes it's frustrated that you wanna, be right there, on point. But hey, this game is gonna take a while. But thank God that so far I've been feeling pretty good, and hopefully we'll keep that way.
And finally, as a former major leaguer who had some success at the game's highest level, what do you think so far of the competition level and the level of play exhibited by the guys on your team and the other teams in the Atlantic League?
It is good. I mean, this is what I was looking for. Coming to a league that was competitive. Challenge. It is a team that got a lot of experienced guys. First of all, it got a lot of big league guys, and even some of the minor leagues that the other teams got are good. That doesn't mean that because they're over here that they're not good. It's just maybe they didn't work out over there, but it's good players, awesome players, and guys who want to compete and want to, take it to the next level and get another chance. And that's what I was looking for. And I'm thankful that, I got the chance, the opportunity to come to the league, to a team that is want to win, first of all, and like to compete. And that's what I'm looking for, and that's what I love.
Thanks so much, Ruben. Best of luck here on the homestand.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
That is Ruben Gotay, Long Island Ducks second baseman, and he will look to help lead the Ducks offense tonight in Game 1 of this 3-game set between the Ducks and the Skeeters at Bethpage Ballpark. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the look at the pitching matchup for tonight's game, then the starting lineups and the first pitch between the Ducks and the Skeeters.
Hey fans, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 103.9 LI News Radio.
Northwell Health Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and Northwell Health Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at northwell.edu.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bayshore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Ducks have taken the field here at Bethpage Ballpark as we're getting ready for tonight's game.
Opener of a 3-game set. Pitching matchup for tonight. Long Island Ducks will go with lefty Jack Snodgrass, coming off of a win last Saturday in Game 1 of a doubleheader against the New Britain Bees when he threw 6 scoreless innings, 4-3 on the year with a 3.40 ERA through 7 starts, and leads the Atlantic League with 49 strikeouts. Skeeters will send a very good right-hander to the mound in former big leaguer Sean Gallagher, 3-3 record on the season with a 2.76 ERA through 8 starts. He too is coming off of a win. That was last Sunday against Lancaster on the road. Allowed just 2 runs on 5 hits over 6 innings, walking 3, striking out 4. And he has earned wins in each of his last 2 starts, but did lose to the Ducks in Game 1 of a doubleheader back on May 18th in Sugarland, Texas. So the Ducks are out on the field getting ready to go for tonight's game. And David, it should certainly be a good one between these two teams and a great pitching matchup to start off this series.
Yeah, superb pitching matchup. Both pitchers could be dominant, and we could have runs in very scarce supply here tonight. So it'll be important for the Ducks, I think, to strike and strike early if they're going to strike at all.
And not only will it be a key to strike early, but a key to hold on leads. The Ducks had leads in each of the 3 games in Lancaster and lost them immediately in the bottom half of that inning after they had taken the lead. Belrose Avenue Elementary School with tonight's national anthem.
Wonderful rendition of the national anthem from a bunch of cuties. The Belrose Avenue Elementary School in East Northport. The color guard along the first base line provided by Cub Scout Pack 70 from Setauket and Stony Brook. Big crowd here on hand. The weather very conducive for baseball. Cloud cover, little on the cool side, low humidity. Any showers have dissipated. No rain threat whatsoever. If you're thinking about coming to the game, there's a seat waiting for you. Michael Pollack now has a look at tonight's starting lineup.
Thank you very much, David Weiss, for the Sugarland Skeeters, who are making their first visit of the season here to Bethpage Ballpark. They are managed by former big leaguer Gary Gaetti. Jeff Dominguez is going to lead things off tonight. He is the designated hitter. Batting second, playing second base is Ricky Haig, and in the number 3 spot is the first baseman and Skeeters veteran Delwyn Young. Jeremy Barfield hits in the cleanup spot. He is the left fielder. Renee Tassoni, off to a red-hot start to the season, is in center field batting 5th. Kent Mathis in right field will bat 6th for Sugarland. Beamer Weems, the shortstop, hits 7th. Patrick Palmero, the son of former big leaguer Rafael Palmero, at third base, hitting 8th. And rounding out the order is the catcher, and that is Wilfredo Rodriguez. Meanwhile, on the other side for Kevin Baez' Long Island Ducks, Phelan Lentini leads off in right field. Dan Lyons is the shortstop and bats second. Hitting third and playing second base, Ruben Gotay, and in the cleanup spot is the first baseman, and that is Tyler Colvin. Sean Burrows back in the lineup at third base tonight after the day off yesterday. He will bat 5th. Mike Blank serves as the designated hitter and will hit in the number 6 hole. Blake T. Cody is in center field batting 7th. Mike Dow does the catching tonight and hits 8th. And rounding out the order for the Ducks is the left fielder, Anthony Vega. Ducks enter at 22-18 on the season overall, a half game behind the Somerset Patriots for first place in the Liberty Division standings. Meanwhile, the Skeeters at 22-19, just a half game in the overall standings behind the Ducks. There are 3 games in back of the York Revolution for first place in the Freedom Division.
If you just look at team stats, Michael Pollack, you would think the Ducks should have a much better record than the Sugarland Skeeters. Ducks are number 1 in offense in terms of average at 290, and they are number 2 in terms of team ERA at 3.83. Conversely, Sugarland last in team batting average at 251 and 6th out of 8 teams in the Atlantic League with a 4.26 ERA. But the Skeeters are getting the job done nonetheless, defying those stats.
Yep, they have found ways to get the wins when they need them. They're 22-19, as we mentioned, and sticking within a very good race, and really a three-horse race in both divisions. The Ducks, again, a half game behind Somerset. New Britain only 2.5 in back of first place Somerset. And meanwhile, in the Freedom Division, 3 teams all within 3 games of each other. The Revolution, followed by the Skeeters and the Barnstormers. So big series coming up this weekend as York takes on Lancaster, the Ducks take on Sugar Land, and we are ready to go from Bethpage Ballpark.
And on the mound, Jack Snodgrass. 4 up and 3 down. ERA of 3.40. His first pitch splits the middle for a strike. 0-1. 6:39 the start time. I'd say temperature feels like about 68.
Yeah, I'm going to say 67.
All right. 0-1 pitch on the way. Outside, 1-1. Bob?
The officials, Public Transportation Services. Sorry. Tonight's ball game is 66 degrees.
Ooh, we were both a little off. 66.
Very close.
Mike Pollock was closer, but both of us went over. And there's a rip base hit. Left side off the bat of Jeff Dominguez. And lands in the mid of Anthony Vega on a couple of hops. That one was just drilled to left. So Dominguez on a 1-1 pitch. Jumping all over an off-speed pitch from Jack Snodgrass. So the first batter of the game is on. Leadoff single for Dominguez, who came into the game at 262, 5 homers, 18 RBIs. He's 3 for 5 in the stolen base department. We'll see if the skipper of the Sugar Land Skeeters, Gary Gaetti, will put Dominguez in motion early on. Ricky Haig, second baseman, now at the plate as Snodgrass, the lefty, takes a look at the runner, and he is bunting right in front of the mound, taken by Snodgrass. Only one play, drills it to first baseman Tyler Colvin for the out. So a successful sacrifice that goes 1-3 And Jeff Dominguez in scoring position with Gary Gaetti, skipper of the Skeeters, playing small ball early.
And that is something we have seen very often from Gaetti in now his 5th season managing the Sugar Land Skeeters. And he likes to play small ball, and you talked about it earlier, David. Getting that early lead is so important with the 2 pitchers we have on the mound tonight. And he knows he wants to get early, get on the scoreboard. And Snodgrass has committed 3 errors, so trying to make him field the ball right away and throw it back to first.
Delwyn Young takes a strike on the inside corner from Jack Snodgrass. 0-1 to Young at 293. Has not hit a homer, has driven in 9. Third in the order here for Sugar Land. Just underway, Bethpage Ballpark. 0-1 the count to Young with a runner in scoring position. That is Dominguez. Next pitch, a late swing and a miss. Boy, he's completely fooled. Young swinging after the ball had already entered the catcher's mitt of Mike Dowd. We'll set the Ducks defensively for you in just a moment. 0-2 the count to Delwyn Young. Jeremy Barfield, the left fielder, cleanup man, waiting on deck. Righty-lefty matchup here. The southpaw on the mound is Snodgrass, who wheels and fakes a throw to second base, but Dominguez had not wandered too far off of it. Defensively, Anthony Vega in left, Blake Takody in center, Phelan Lentini in right. Sean Burrows, Dan Lyons, Ruben Gotay, and Tyler Colvin from left to right around the infield. There's a ground ball taken on a big hop by Dan Lyons. Runner holds at second base, and the throw across to Tyler Colvin is in time at first base, 2 down.
Dominguez started to go to third and then said, wait, let me go back to second. Probably the smart idea because ball was hit fairly hard by Delwyn Young on a big hop to Lyons. And had Dominguez try to go for third, Lyons would have probably had him out in plenty of time. So 2 down, the runner still at second. Now a dangerous hitter coming to the plate here in Jeremy Barfield. But you can't really pitch around him because Rene Tassoni, who's hitting 18 points better than Barfield, waiting in the on-deck circle. So a big batter here early on for Snodgrass.
Jeremy Barfield, last name familiar, son of former Toronto Blue Jay Jesse Barfield and brother of Josh Barfield, who spent some time here on Long Island with the Ducks. In the first pitch, just inside, fastball, 1 ball, no strikes. Barfield with an all-star season at .310, 7 homers, 28 RBIs, and many of his stats among the leaders as he takes a big one-handed swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Coming into the game, Barfield 10th in hitting at .310. He is tied for second in homers with 7. Tied for second in RBIs with 28. And there are other assorted categories where you can see the last name of Barfield. Dominguez leading off second base with 2 down, top of the first. Pitch to Barfield, swing and a miss. Pulling the chain on a good off-speed pitch. A change, and it's 1-2. to Barfield.
And Snodgrass has to be careful. He did allow a booming home run to Barfield when these two teams met back on May 18th in Sugar Land, Texas. So he's May 17th, excuse me. So he's got to be careful. Barfield with 7 home runs on the season, 2 of them coming against Long Island.
Coming set, Snodgrass. And the 1-2 pitch is on the way. It's low and inside, blocked nicely by catcher Mike Dowd. So no advance from the runner in second. Jeff Dominguez. Snodgrass coming into the game, as we mentioned, with a record of 4 up and 3 down. 3.40 ERA. 39 2/3 innings pitched. Has given up 38 hits, 15 earned runs. Has struck out 49, leading the league in whiffs. Number 1 in the strikeout category, has walked only 11. Control the major part of Snodgrass's game. And the 2-2 pitch is on the way to Barfield, low and inside. Another off-speed pitch. So he's not giving in to Jeremy, and the count now runs full at 3-2.
And he's trying to get Barfield to chase down in the zone, trying to keep the ball down. He knows what Barfield can do with pitches up in the zone, but Barfield showing good plate discipline here. And again, tough hitter on deck in Rene Tassoni.
Coming set, Snodgrass. The payoff pitch is on the way, a swing and a foul at the plate. Went off either his shoe tap or another part of Jeremy's anatomy, and the count remains full at 3-2. Barfield was 2 for 3 last night in a 7-1 loss to the New Britain Bees. And that game down in Texas. Jeremy Barfield lives in Houston, which ain't far from Sugar Land, as Mike Pollock well knows. I have yet to make it down there, but I would love to.
Definitely should make the trip. It's only about 25 to 30 minutes away from Houston, Sugar Land is.
Payoff pitch to Barfield, a swing and a base hit. Through the left side, coming around is Dominguez, and he is going to be safe at the plate. Coming up out of the crouch, Mike Dowd up the line to catch the throw from Anthony Vega. So a run-scoring single by Jeremy Barfield on a 3-2 pitch. Hit it hard between third baseman Sean Burrows and Dan Lyons, the shortstop, threading the needle. Vega had a strong throw, but it was not in time. 1-0 Skeeters.
Well, that was a problem for the Ducks in the series at Lancaster, was giving up those 2-out hits and 2-out runs. It came to fruition again last night, the first game of the series. 3 different times they gave up 2-out, 2-run hits, including 2 of them with 2 strikes, and in that case, a 2-strike, 2-out RBI single. Sugar Land has the first run of the game.
Rene Tassoni fouls it out of play to the left side. Tassoni playing in his 21st game for the Sugar Land Skeeters. I believe he doesn't have the required number of at-bats to be listed among the league leaders, because if he did, he would be among the leaders at a .328 clip. 22 for 67, a couple of homers and 10 RBIs, and he strokes one, a base hit down the right field line. Streaking to second and rounding the bag is Jeremy Barfield, who'll cruise into third. It's a long single for Rene Tassoni, and the Sugar Land Skeeters already leading 1-0 here to the top of the first, looking for more runners on the corners with 2 down.
Frustrating feeling for Long Island after losing 3 in a row to the Barnstormers on the road. Hoping to come back home and get off to a good start in front of the home crowd. But the same problems that plagued Long Island and Lancaster still haunting them here. Back-to-back 2-out hits, 1 run already in with 2 outs in the inning. Now Kent Mathis will come to the plate looking to extend that lead.
So the lefty Snodgrass facing the right-handed swinging Kent Mathis, the right fielder, who takes low and inside. A lot of off-speed pitches from Snodgrass here in the top of the first. Mathis, 6th in the order, enters the game at .240. Has power, 5 homers, has driven in 24, has scored 18 runs. Playing in his 37th game of the season. Taking the lead off first is Tassoni. And Barfield is off third. A swing and a foul down at the plate. And the count now even to Mathis at 1 ball and 1 strike. Jeff Dominguez led off the top of the first with a base hit to left. He was sacrificed to second by Ricky Haig. Delwyn Young bounced to short. 1 down, runner on second. Then Jeremy Barfield with a base hit to left, scoring Dominguez. And Rene Tassoni just moments ago with a single down the right field line, putting runners at the corners with 2 down. Coming set is Snodgrass. The 1-1 on the way to Mathis is in there, inside portion of the plate, and the count now 1-2.
And the fans are going to get excited here. Mathis, the Pizza Hut K-Man tonight, so 1 more strike from Snodgrass. If he gets him to strike out, we'll win fans a special offer of free breadsticks from a participating Pizza Hut location.
I'm waiting for the breadstick chant. I guess they're not hungry enough. 1-2 pitch on the way. Snodgrass swinging a miss. There are your breadsticks. You can hear the public address announcer, Bob Batone, making an announcement to the crowd, and I see many of the fans here at Bethpage Ballpark salivating and actually taking a bite out of their Thunder Sticks as well, and they are hungrier than I thought. So, top of the first, all done, and some damage was done. 1 run, 3 hits, couple of men left. At the end of a half inning of play, Sugarland 1, Ducks coming up.
Hey fans, this is outfielder and bench coach Lou Ford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Pave your way.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark. The Ducks and Municipal Credit Union have teamed up again this season to present the Walks with a Purpose promotion. Every time a Long Island Ducks player walks, Municipal Credit Union will make a donation to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Municipal Credit Union serving members since 1916.
Leading off for the Long Island Ducks here, bottom of the first, Phelan Lentini, who takes a strike right down Carlton Avenue. 0-1 to Phelan. Two of the most dynamic players in the Atlantic League are in the lineups tonight. Jeremy Barfield, we already saw him driving a run, and Phelan Lentini, who grounds one to short. And the throw across is in time. So 1 up and 1 down. Here in the first, Lentini came into the game, 6th in hitting in the Atlantic League, a .314. And also 2 homers, has driven in 25, and of course among the league leaders in stolen bases as well.
Dave, and we just for our radio listeners here, we have to talk about these Skeeters uniforms. I don't think I have seen a more ugly combination on the field here. The Skeeters wearing black jerseys with that Skeeters logo on the front, gray pants with a dark charcoal gray pants with blue and white stripes down the side, and just a very interesting combo.
Interesting.
That's a light way of putting it.
It looks like warm-up outfits.
That's what I said. They look like they're at the gym warming up right now.
Exactly. It looks like, they're going to do some Nautilus. That's what it looks like. Dan Lyons at the plate, and he takes a strike and is quickly in an 0-2 hole. Danny on the season at .296, 3 homers, 17 RBIs. One of the most versatile players ever seen in the Atlantic League in terms of where you can put him in a lineup. That great glove, and he swings and misses. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Dan Lyons retired on 3 pitches. Sean Gallagher's first K of the evening.
5 pitches, 5 strikes for Gallagher. He's attacking the strike zone early. When you get that lead, you can certainly do that a little bit more, but he wants to jump right at these Ducks hitters, firing fastballs for the most part early on and going right after these Ducks batters, and quickly has gotten 2 outs.
And the batter is Ruben Gotay, the former major leaguer, featured in our pregame interview with Michael Pollock. And first pitch, a fastball from Sean Gallagher, missing outside, 1-0. Gotay playing in his 17th game as a Duck. .311 average, no homers, has driven in 8 and takes a strike. Count now even at 1 up and 1. And Ruben Gotay is the player designated for Foul Pole Friday as an FOWL. If he hits either foul pole, somebody who signed up before the game to be in this sweepstakes will win $50,000.
And he's been heating up of late, too. Last 5 games, a .353 average with 3 RBIs, 6 hits, and 17 at-bats.
After a swing and a miss, it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Sean Gallagher looks in for the sign, gets it, kicks and deals, and a big swing. Golf swing and a miss. Or was it a foul at the plate? No, it was not. It was lost by catcher Wilfredo Rodriguez. He gets up and makes the tag, so that's another swinging strikeout for Sean Gallagher. And a very quick 1-2-3 inning for Gallagher against the Ducks. We have finished 1 here at Bethpage Ballpark, and the score, Sugarland 1, Long Island nothing.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Municipal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Long Island Ducks. For 100 years, MCU has helped New Yorkers achieve their goals with competitive financial products and services. Meet your important or unexpected needs with an MCU personal loan. Whether it's the cost of moving, a family vacation, or even home repairs, an MCU personal loan is a simple solution. To learn more about how an MCU personal loan can work for you, visit nymcu.org today. MCU, celebrating 100 years of service.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
To the second inning here on Long Island. Skeeters have an early 1-0 lead over the Ducks. Time for the Ducks Health Report, and that's brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapist of the Long Island Ducks. Lou Ford continues to remain out with a hamstring injury. No official timetable on his return, but continuing to get treatment and on the mend. Said today I got a chance to see him before the game and said he's definitely feeling better, so that is good news. Obviously not ready to play yet. He's still out on the disabled list, but getting closer and closer to a return each day. Delta Cleary Jr., same story. He is out with a hand injury on the DL, and he is getting closer and closer to coming back for Long Island.
And we believe Cody Puckett could be just a day away from playing once again as well, right?
Yep, Cody Puckett, who missed all 3 games in Lancaster with the hamstring injury that he had suffered during the previous homestand. He is getting closer to a return. Kevin Baez hoping to play him tomorrow.
And the count is 1-1 at the man at the plate. Shortstop, 7th man of the order for Sugarland, Beamer Weems. Jack Snodgrass on the mound. Gave up a run on 3 hits, all singles in the top of the first, trying to settle down a bit here. Top of the second, a swing and a miss from Beamer. 1-2. Now the uniforms may be a little strange to look at, but I'll tell you, the guy at the plate has one of the best names in professional baseball, and he was born to play shortstop. There are names that are designated for shortstop at birth. Scooter Rizzuto, Bucky Dent, Beamer Weems. I mean, couldn't play another position.
Could. Seems appropriate to me.
I love that name.
So surprising to see him struggling, though. He was so good last year, got a contract from a major league team last season playing with the Skeeters, and now this year hitting just 191 coming into tonight's game.
Yep, with a homer and 7 RBI, so struggling. Starting for the right side against the lefty, and a tough bounce to first baseman Tyler Colvin. Kind of an in-between hop on that second hop, but he took it nicely around his midsection and unassisted to first, 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the second.
So Snodgrass will have to bounce back after giving up that run in the first inning on the 2-out RBI single by Jeremy Barfield. And it's going to be key to making sure that this Dunks team doesn't fall too far behind. Obviously the offense missing a couple key pieces with no Lou Ford and no Cody Puckett in the lineup. And you can tell the offense are struggling to get those big hits that both Ford and Puckett were delivering often early in the season when the Ducks were in Lancaster. And Sugarland, a very good team that has played strong baseball this year. Again, their numbers don't say it, but 22 wins to 19 losses.
And that one a stroke, slicing away from center fielder Blake T. Cody, but he moves over and makes the catch with no problem at all. 1 pitch to Patrick Palmero and 2 down here in the top of inning number 2. And as we talked about the Ducks injuries, when you remove 3 really major components, not only Lou Ford and Cody Puckett, who we hope to get back soon, but Delta Cleary Jr., who's such a table setter and does such a great job in the outfield as well. So you got to make up for that. You got to step up, and that's what the Ducks are trying to do, to at the very least tread water until these guys get back. And there's a swing and a miss. Number 9 hitter, the catcher Wilfredo Rodriguez. No balls and a strike. Rodriguez at 224, a couple of homers, has driven in 6, batting from the right side against the lefty, Jack Snodgrass. Second home game of the season. I was here with Michael Pollock, and we had one of those unusual things where you had a pitching matchup of Snodgrass against Snodgrass. Just one vowel difference between the hurlers in that game against Southern Maryland, and our Snodgrass got the better of it.
He certainly did, as the Ducks won that game and got off to a terrific start this year at home, winning all 6 games on their first homestand. They're 14-6 here at home this season.
Next pitch is a fastball just down low. So Jack Snodgrass falling behind. Now the number 9 hitter, Wilfredo Rodriguez. 2 balls and a strike. It has been a streaky season for the Ducks. They lost 6 of their first 7, then reeled off 9 consecutive wins, and in fact 13 out of 15. And then C-level, 8-7, and then they've lost the last 3. So as we've seen in recent years, you can go on a streak at a moment's notice, and it starts with the pitching, timely hitting, and defense. The Ducks have all of that in place this season. 3 balls and a strike to Rodriguez. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the second, 1-0 Skeeters. Next pitch, strike inside corner, running the count full at 3-2.
He talks about all the Ducks injuries. The Skeeters are dealing with some as well. Tyson Gillies, Jerry Sullivan, Andy LaRoche, and Brian Morgado all out on the disabled list right now. Sullivan and Morgado arm injuries, Gillies a hamstring, and LaRoche a knee.
Swing and a miss. Wilfredo Rodriguez goes down swinging. That is the second strikeout for Jack Snodgrass. So after some difficulty in inning number 1, surrendering 3 singles and a run, a 1-2-3 inning in inning number 2. We finished an inning and a half, go to the bottom of the second, with the Skeeters still leading the Ducks 1-0.
Hey fans, this is shortstop Dan Lyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Hey PSEG Long Island customers. Want to learn how to save on your electric bill? Here's one way. You can save up to $100 each year by simply replacing 10 incandescent bulbs with CFL or LED bulbs. Want to save even more? Take our online home energy survey. It's free. It takes just 10 minutes to complete, and it may save you hundreds more. Find out about our energy efficiency programs at www.psegliny.com/savemoney.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Bottom half of the second inning, Skeeters have the 1-0 lead over the Ducks. This series will continue tomorrow night as the Ducks will take on Sugar Land in Game 2 of the 3-game set. Following the game, all fans in attendance will be treated to a Grucci fireworks extravaganza, also a Dick's Sporting Goods Saturday here at the ballpark. So special offers go out to the fans as they exit the ballpark following the fireworks show.
And the Ducks first baseman Tyler Colvin hits a worm burner to shortstop. Beamer Weems across to Delwyn Young at first base. 1 pitch, 1 down here in the bottom of the second inning. Colvin came into that at-bat at 266, couple of homers, 13 RBIs, but has retired very quickly. And Sean Gallagher, one of the leading pitchers in many categories in the Atlantic League this season, off to a very dominant start.
10 pitches, 9 strikes. He's recorded 4 outs. He's coming after the Ducks with strike after strike. And Tyler Colvin knows it. That's why he tried to swing first pitch, but wasn't able to get much on it.
Sean Burrows inside with a fastball, has to skip out of the way. Burrows, the 5th man of the order for the Ducks, up with 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the second, Ducks trailing 1-0. Burrows at 270. No homers, 9 RBIs. Count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, Burrows looking for his first homer of the season. He does have home run power, batting from the left side. By the way, as far as the wind is concerned, we don't see any breeze at all as he sends one into center field. A little looping base hit for Sean Burrows, first base runner for the Ducks, first hit for the Ducks. He's aboard with 1 down.
Well, you mentioned Burrows does have home run power. He had 4 of them last year, but he will single you to death. 99 singles last season out of, I believe he had 114 hits total, and he just finds ways to get on base. What you just saw is what you usually get from him. He sometimes gets jammed a little bit, and as he's standing over at first, seems to be grabbing that right shoulder a little and flexing it. It seems to be okay to stay in the game, but was flexing at it. Might have gotten jammed on that pitch from Gallagher.
Designated hitter for the Ducks, Mike Blank at the plate. Righty-righty matchup, takes a strike on the inside corner. Blank has cooled off a bit. He was hot just a few weeks ago. 267 average, 3 homers, 15 RBIs. And he has some serious power as well. Short lead for Burrows at first base being held on. Curveball outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. To the DH for the Ducks tonight, Mike Blank.
Blank looking to bounce back. Had a tough one last night. Got the golden sombrero with 4 strikeouts against Barnstormer pitching, so he wants to bounce back with a strong effort here this evening.
Burrows takes his lead. Pitch to Blank as a fastball high. So now 2 balls and a strike, with Sean Gallagher pitching from the stretch for the first time tonight. And at whatever level of baseball you play, if you're a pitcher and you go from the full windup to the stretch, sometimes it can be a little awkward at first. Next pitch on the way is inside corner for a strike. Home plate umpire Freddie DeJesus calling strike. Mike Blank, who is also a backstop, knows the strike zone as well as anyone, has a conversation with Fred at home plate. Silvio Martinez Jr., the umpire at first base. David Speranza at third. Burrows again takes his lead. Blank at the plate. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Sliced down the right field line. That's going to twist foul into the corner. And the count remains 2-2.
A good piece of hitting there from Blank. Just a little bit too late on it as he fouls it off down the right field line. But like the idea of trying to go the other way. Get Burrows from first to third with less than 2 outs in the inning. So Blake Cody could come up and possibly bring him in with a fly ball.
Burrows has not attempted a steal this year. But there are times, even early in the game, when Baez, as in skipper Kevin Baez, will put his runner in motion, try a little hit and run. Looking in for the sign is Sean Gallagher to his battery mate, Wilfredo Rodriguez. Comes set. And the 2-2 pitch is on the way, and that is hit very high at home plate. Rodriguez, the catcher, dancing around it and makes the catch about 10 feet behind home plate for the second out.
Well, Blank getting under one there from Sean Gallagher, popping it straight up at home plate. So he is unable to get Burrows moving, and now with 2 outs, that'll leave it up to one of the Ducks' hottest hitters of late, Blake Cody, who enters this one with hits in 7 straight games, hitting .353 during the stretch, and he has knocked his batting average all the way up to .250, starting to get in a groove at home plate for Long Island.
Batting from the left side against the righty, Sean Gallagher. Burrows remains at first. There are 2 down. Pitch to Cody is in there for a strike, outside corner. 0-1 to Blake, as Mike mentioned. .250 average, 3 homers, 9 RBIs, 26 runs scored. Playing in his 37th game. The Ducks have played 40 overall. And the pitch to Cody is inside corner for a strike. So Sean Gallagher moving it outside and inside with fastballs on Cody to this point. And he's got Blake in an 0-2 hole.
Well, again, the righty just firing strike after strike, not really getting it to too many long counts, and not falling behind in counts either. And that's been the big benefit for the righty so far today.
Gallagher has looked sharp. 0-2 pitch is on the way. He wastes one way outside. Cody wasn't biting and wasn't chasing, so count goes to 1-2 with 2 down, 1 on, bottom of the second. Ducks trailing 1-0, but it is extremely early. Long way to go on a really nice night for baseball. Cloud cover, cool, and there's the pitch. A ground ball with the runner going, taken by first baseman Delwyn Young, unassisted to first base, and that will aid a little hit and run from manager Kevin Baez, as we mentioned, but it didn't work out. With Burrows in motion, Cody grounds out unassisted to first, and the side retired. No runs, a hit, a man left. We go to the top of the third at Bethpage Ballpark. Score remains Skeeters 1, Ducks 0.
Hey fans, it's infielder Sean Burrows, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 103.9 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Bark in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel Island Central Islip. That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Well, Ducks fans, there's no better time than right now to sign up the young Ducks fan in your life for the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Ducks Kids Club. Children 14 and under will receive exciting gifts, discounts on merchandise, and unique experiences that only come with being a member. Sign up today by visiting www.liducks.com, or you can pick up the phone during business hours and call 631-940-3825.
So we go to the top of the third inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. Sugarland Skeeters with an early 1-0 lead over the Ducks. Sugarland getting their one run in the top of the first on 3 singles. Jeremy Barfield had the run-scoring single. And the leadoff man is up again here in the third inning. Jeff Dominguez, who takes a ball inside. Dominguez singled to left, leading off back in the first. Batting from the right side against the lefty Snodgrass, and swings and misses. Jack Snodgrass, who will show you that fastball, setting up the change, the curve, and off-speed pitch, keeping batters off balance. And Snodgrass leading the league in strikeouts coming in, most of those strikeouts on off-speed stuff. You can twist yourself into the ground trying to time it when Snodgrass is on. And a foul back to the netting by Dominguez, 1-2.
So for Snodgrass, this is his second outing of the year against the Skeeters. His first was his worst outing of the year. That was in May 17th in that morning game down in Texas when he lasted just 5 2/3 innings.
Pitch to Dominguez, just off the plate, count even 2-2.
Gave up 8 runs that day, 5 of them earned, 3 home runs against the Skeeters, who had 8 hits total for the game, walked 2, struck out 4. It was the first of back-to-back losses for Snodgrass on that road trip.
Very un-Snodgrass-like. And this one is stroked down the left field line and deep. Anthony Vega will watch it. Hit up against the wall, 1 bounce. Cruising into second base is Dominguez, and he will make it sliding, although the throw is late. And Jeff Dominguez led off the first inning with a single, leads off the third here with a double. He is immediately in run-scoring position.
Well, Dominguez is a guy who gets on base quite often. He can do it all. He plays a little bit of everywhere. DH today, but oftentimes you'll see him at second base. You'll see him in the outfield. And earlier this year had a 14-game hitting streak from May 5th through the 19th, and also had a 21-game on-base streak that lasted until May 28th. So he has found ways to get on base, but in his last 10 games entering tonight was hitting 130. Already is 2 for 2.
Ricky Haig at the plate. Had a successful sacrifice his first time up. He's swinging away here. And he swings through an off-speed pitch, 0-1 to Haig. Sacrifice that went right back to Snodgrass on the mound. Moving Dominguez to second. He eventually came around to score on a 2-out. Full count single by Jeremy Barfield, hitting cleanup here tonight. So Haig at the plate. Dominguez leads off second. Long look in, the 0-1 pitch on the way, fastball inside. And the count now even, 1 ball and 1 strike. We told you at the outset with this pitching matchup, incumbent on both teams to score early and as often as they can, because we don't expect a whole lot of runs to be scored. Sugarland on the board early and looking for more here in the third. Pitch on the way, ground ball, hit hard, but down the left field line and foul. And the count now 1-2 to Ricky Haig.
Must say I'm a little surprised that Gaetti not bunting with Haig here like he did in the first inning. Could have gotten the runner to third with less than 2 outs for Delwyn Young, who has a good amount of power, could drive the ball to the outfield. Then obviously you have Barfield and Tassoni after him. Chance to get another run, and with the way Gallagher has pitched thus far out of the game, that could end up potentially being enough.
Yep. I agree. I'm a little surprised he isn't bunting. And Snodgrass wheeling and faking a throw to second base to get Dominguez to retreat, at least temporarily. Count is 1-2 on Haig. He'll be protecting the plate, of course, but a good out would be anything hit to the right side to advance the runner. 1-2 pitch is on the way, and there's a swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch from Jack Snodgrass. That is his M.O., and that is strikeout number 3. All swinging in this game. Haig retired, 1 down.
Well, David, while we do call Long Island home, I'm sure there are many fans from Texas tuning into the broadcast here to catch some video of tonight's game, but we do want to send our best wishes to the Texas community, especially the Sugar Land area. There have been a lot of torrential downpours, flooding, everything like that in that Texas area, especially the Sugar Land community and the Houston area. So we want to send our best wishes to everybody down there and hope everybody's doing okay with the bad weather that has affected that area.
Yep. If you've been watching the news, you know that Governor Abbott has taken many, many steps to help those in need. Some communities just completely underwater. Not easy being a Texan. You know, especially those along the coast, from Galveston to Houston and other areas along the coast. The deluges and dealing with weather. There's a ground ball to the left side, taken by Sean Burrows, and he will fire across to Tyler Colvin, who makes a good stretch for the second out here in the third inning. It was Burrows taking a long look at second base to make sure Jeff Dominguez wasn't wandering too far off the bag. Otherwise, he would have thrown behind the runner and tried to get him to Ruben Gotay, who was streaking across to the second base bag. But instead, the out goes from third to first, 5-3, 2 down, and Dominguez still at second base.
And after that throw over from Sean Burrows, you could see him rubbing that right shoulder a little bit, and he had done the same after he got his hit earlier on. Wonder if that's affecting him at all in tonight's game.
There's a fastball downstairs to the dangerous Jeremy Barfield. And one of the leading hitters in the Atlantic League, having quite an all-star season. A single to left, and he hit it hard, driving in the only run of the game to this point back in the first inning. It was on a full count. Snodgrass, the 1-0 pitch, and there's a little tapper, swing, taken barehanded by the third baseman. Burrows, the throw across in time! What a play all the way around. Sean Burrows with a barehanded play and nailing Jeremy Barfield, who was busting it down the line, and got him by a fraction of a step. So a fine play, finishing the Skeeters here in the top of the third inning. A leadoff double, but thanks to the pitching of Sean Gallagher and the arm of Sean Burrows at third base, Sugar Land is kept off the board. After 2.5, go to the bottom of the third, score remains. Skeeters 1, Ducks nothing.
Hey fan, this is outfielder Delta Clear Jr. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Long Island's Ford Giant is bigger and better than ever. Sayville Ford celebrating the grand opening of their new state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's grand opening celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's grand opening savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to. Well, when Ducks third baseman Sean Burrows made that fine barehanded play and throw to first to retire Jeremy Barfield for the final out of the top of the third inning, that was the 15th out of tonight's ball game. And did you know that a 15-minute phone call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO, 1-800-947-AUTO, or visit geico.com.
Ducks catcher Mike Dowd leading off in the bottom of the third, and he takes a ball low. 1 ball, no strikes to Dowd. Comes into the game at .338, playing in his 23rd game of the season. No homers, has driven in 14, and has been very productive at the plate. Sharing the catching duties with Mike Blank. 2-0 the count to Dowd. And quickly the pitch and a base hit to the right side. Dowd going the other way, an inside-out swing past the diving Ricky Haig at second base. So Mike Dowd leads off with the Ducks' second hit of this game, a leadoff single here in the third.
That's another great piece of hitting from Mike Dowd. Stayed back on the pitch from Gallagher, waited until he was able to swing through it when the ball was in the zone, and just push it the other way out of the reach of Hagan into right field. A good job as the leadoff hitter to find his way on base. First time the Ducks have had the leadoff man on, and Dowd continuing to do what he's been doing all year long, and that is get on base for Long Island.
Native Long Islander Anthony Vega, the pride of Patchogue left fielder, is bunting, and that ball, I believe, hit him. The ball gets away, little confusion. Looks like Vega was hit on the foot.
Yep, he was, and he said it immediately that he was, because he went to go drop the bat and go down to first base. We just didn't see a signal from Fred DeJesus, the home plate umpire, and the catcher Rodriguez went to chase after the ball, thinking that maybe it was just a wild pitch down in the dirt, but indeed hit his foot. So when Vega was willing to give himself up on the sacrifice bunt, now he gets hit with a pitch, and now with the Ducks a chance to get the tying run at third, the go-ahead run at second, and only one out. Have to think Lentini will try and bunt him over here.
And Lentini handles the bat very well. Righty-righty matchup here. Gallagher comes set. The runners take their lead. Lentini bunts. It's a high chopper, third base line, and a good one. Taken by the third baseman, Patrick Palmero. The throw across just in time. From our vantage point, it was a bang-bang play at first base, but I'll tell you, he looked safe.
We'll try and see if we can watch a replay here on our stream in the press box. It was bang-bang at first. Good play by the third baseman, Palmero, throwing over. And I thought Lentini had just stepped on the bag before the throw had gotten there. Oh, that is close.
Very close.
It looks like right at the same time.
Yep. On Mike Pollock's laptop, it looks like tie goes to the runner, but not to be. So Lentini is out, but a successful sacrifice and a very good bunt, a high chopper. Taken by Palmero at third, and the throw to Delwyn Young at first, just in time. So Dan Lyons at the plate, looking for something that he can drive, or at least a base hit virtually anywhere. Will bring in at least one, maybe two. The Ducks poised to tie or take the lead. It's 1 ball and no strikes to Dan Lyons. Came into the game just below 300. 3 homers, 17 ribbies. Righty-righty matchup. Pitch from Gallagher, and Lyons hits it in the air, not too deep. Left fielder Jeremy Barfield giving way to the shortstop, Beamer Weems, who makes the catch. No advance, 2 down.
And Lyons aggressive in the count, trying to swing early, but is not able to drive it deep enough into the outfield.
That was a good catch by Beamer Weems, too, over his shoulder, almost kind of a receiver, looking over that outside shoulder and making the catch on the run.
One thing that really hurt the Ducks, aside from giving up those 2-out, 2-run hits on the road at Lancaster, was not getting those hits on the offensive side when they had opportunities, especially trailing by a run, trying to tie the game, or in an even score, or a chance to widen a lead, and that ended up coming back to bite them. We'll see if Gotay can now come through.
Ruben Gotay at the plate takes a fastball up high. 1 ball and no strikes. Gotay struck out his first time up. Mike Dowd, the runner at third base. Anthony Vega is at second. They were sacrificed to those positions by Phelan Lentini, but Dan Lyons popping out to short left field. Pop caught by Beamer Weems, the shortstop. Big overhand curve, backdoor breaking ball, catches the outside corner, and a good one from Gallagher. It's 1-1.
So Gotay, who had himself 2 hits and 2 walks in yesterday's game, driving in a run, trying to come up with a base hit here with Vegas speed at second. A hit should easily play 2.
Heading from the left side, slightly open stance, and stands up on that toe with his right foot. Timing mechanism as he takes outside. 2 balls and a strike to Gotay. Cleanup man Tyler Colvin, first baseman for the Ducks, waiting on deck. Outfield playing Gotay to pull just a bit. Everybody else more or less straight away. 2-1 pitch to Gotay is on the way, and that is hit a long way, but down the left field line. And will end up in the seats, down into the stands. So the count remains 2-2 with 2 down, 2 on. Bottom of the third, Ducks trailing 1-0. Had an opportunity with second and third and just 1 out. Lyons popping out. Gotay trying to rescue the Ducks here in the bottom of the third. As the 2-2 pitch is on the way, and a swing and a miss. Gotay with a fastball swinging right through it. Strikeout number 3 for Sean Gallagher, who works and worms his way out of trouble. Ducks get 2 runners on, both in scoring position with just 1 down, and fail to score. We have finished 3 here at Bethpage Ballpark, and the score remains. The Sugarland Skeeters 1, the Ducks nothing.
Hey fans, this is infielder Cody Puckett, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Few places on Earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss, Michael Pollock, top of the 4th. Ducks trailing the Sugarland Skeeters 1-0, the first of 3 here at Bethpage Ballpark, a 3-game series that includes a big Grucci fireworks night tomorrow night here in Central Islip. Time now for 4th inning trivia, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks and baseball as a whole. And this involves the pitching coach of the Sugarland Skeeters. He's been a part of the Atlantic League for quite a few seasons. His name is Jeff Scott. He actually, back in 2005, I believe, was pitching coach for the Long Island Ducks. He's also managed in this league, and his managerial experience will form the basis of this question, which we'll give to you in a moment. But first, Michael Pollock taking over the play-by-play reins for the next 4.
Thank you very much, David Weiss. Renee Tassoni at the plate, who had a single with 2 outs in the first inning, swing and a miss on a breaking ball from Snodgrass, and the count 0-1. Pitch on the way, swung and fouled off right to the third base on deck circle, where Kent Mathis had a leap out of the way of it. Quickly, 0-2.
All right, here's your trivia question. Jeff Scott, not only a pitching coach for many years in this league, his 3rd season with Sugarland this year, but also a former manager. Managed 2 different teams in the Atlantic League. He was named Manager of the Year, one of the years he managed. For what team? And that is a tricky question, and I'll tell you why it's tricky when I give you the answer in the bottom of this inning. We'll see if Michael Pollock can come up with it.
That's a good one.
I knew you'd like it.
0-2. Breaking ball misses down low here for ball 1. Tassoni with the base hit his first time up. Yesterday was 1 for 3 at the plate with a double, his 6th of the year, and the Skeeters 7-1 loss. Here he swings and again just gets a piece. Fouls it back to the backstop. Count remaining 1-2 on Tassoni. So we talked about it before, David. The Ducks had trouble during that road trip to Lancaster getting those big hits with runners in scoring position and 2 out. They had 2 in scoring position with 1 out last inning. For Lyons and Gotay, usually reliable hitters, and they were unable to get the run home and remain behind by a run. The 1-2, that's down and away ball 2.
It was a righty-righty matchup for Dan Lyons, but he was really kicking himself. He is his own worst critic, harshest critic, and Dan had a pitch he could hit and just got under it and flared it to short left field, and the shortstop, Beamer Weems, made an over-the-shoulder catch, but with 2nd and 3rd and 1 out, got to get the job done and at least 1 run across.
Some teams will go through tough stretches. The Ducks are certainly in one right now in terms of coming up with those clutch hits. 2-2. Tassoni a swing and a miss, strike 3. There's that changeup again down in the zone from Jack Snodgrass, his 4th strikeout of the night already, and there is out number 1 in the 4th inning.
Snodgrass came into the game with 49 strikeouts. Teammate Darren Downs with 42nd and 2nd in the league. Snodgrass with another 4, So 53 is now the tally and counting.
Snodgrass has made 7 starts this season entering tonight. Now in his 8 starts has at least 4 strikeouts in all of them and has at least 5 in all but 1. First pitch here to Ken Mathis is a breaking ball in for a strike. The only one he didn't was on May 17th against the Skeeters in Texas when he had 4 in that rough outing, but pitched very well his last time out, getting the win in Game 1 of the doubleheader against the Bees last Saturday here. 0-1 Mathis, a big swing and a miss, chasing way low in the zone. Struck out the first time he came to the plate, ending the first inning, and gave the fans some free breadsticks as he is tonight's Pizza Hut K-Man. Fans don't get double order of breadsticks, though, if he strikes out a second time.
That was my next question.
But Snodgrass would be okay with it either way. And I'm sure the Ducks fans in attendance would be too. 0-2 is hit on the ground here to short. Backhanded on 2 hops by Dan Lyons. His throw to first, a little low, but grabbed by Tyler Colvin. And there's the second out of the 4th inning.
Nice little dig by Colvin at first base. Lyons was in short left field throwing and got it across. So 2 outs, nobody on. And I know we're still in the top of the 4th, but it's exactly what we expected in terms of the 2 pitchers grabbing the headline so far.
So, good pitchers duel in the early going between Snodgrass and Gallagher. And with 2 down and the bases empty, here is Beamer Weems to the plate, 0 for 3 in yesterday's game against New Britain. First pitch in here, hit on the ground to third, and it goes right through the legs of Sean Burrows and into left field. Vega will pick it up and fire it back in. That is going to be an error on Burrows. And so, for Burrows, his 4th error of the year and a 2-out base runner for Sugarland.
Oh, Burrows couldn't do much except sheepishly get up. Didn't even look at his mitt, which is something all of us have done when ground balls have gone through our legs. You look at the mitt as if there's a hole in that. But Sean, conversely, made the play of the game thus far. That little nubber that he threw out Barfield on to end the 3rd inning.
We talked about how he had a couple times earlier in this game was rubbing at his shoulder as the first pitch is taken low for ball 1, his throwing shoulder, 1 after the base hit. And then last inning after that ground out by Delwyn Young, Dan Lyons checking on him to make sure he's okay. He's still in the game here. You wonder if that was at all in the back of his mind on that ground ball because Burrows is always so short-handed at third base. So the Ducks have to hope that that error does not come back to bite them. It's a 1-0 count on Palmero, who flew out to center his first time up in the 2nd inning. Pitch from Snodgrass, and that missing down and away. He's quickly behind at 2-0. Palmero had the day off yesterday for the Skeeters. He came in, though, hitting .221 tonight with a home run and 13 runs batted in. Was selected as an All-Star a year ago. Had the chance to play with his dad in a game down in Texas. An exciting moment for him. 2-0 pitch from Snodgrass on the way. Swung on and grounded foul along the third base line to the front of the Skeeters dugout. It's 2-1. Weems leading at first base after reaching on the error by Sean Burrows. Snodgrass trying to work around it and keep Sugarland off the scoreboard for a 3rd consecutive inning after their run with 2 outs in the 1st inning.
You know, we use those words, imposing presence. Patrick Palmero at the plate just looks hitterish. He looks dangerous.
2-1 down in the dirt, blocked nicely by Dowd. Snodgrass now behind at 3 balls and 1 strike. Another out of the zone here would put 2 on with 2 away and would bring up the counter 9-hitter Wilfredo Rodriguez.
And again, Palmero, despite the fact he comes into the game hitting in the 220s, dangerous, knows what he's doing at the plate, raised in a Major League household, and we'll see if Snodgrass gives in.
3-1, and there is ball 4 as he misses downstairs. First walk of the day issued by the Ducks left-hander. So after getting 2 quick outs, an error and a walk have now put 2 men on base with 2 outs for Sugarland.
Well, Snodgrass is going to be careful with Patrick Palmero, who can do damage at the plate, especially with the count 3-1. So Snodgrass would rather face the number 9 hitter, Wilfredo Rodriguez, who stands in with 2 on, 2 out.
We talked about Sugarland's offense coming into the day, ranked 8th and last in the league in batting average. Have 4 hits in the early going against Snodgrass, 3 of them coming in the 1st inning, but have 2 base runners here without the way of the hit. And the first pitch here to Rodriguez misses low and inside, and Snodgrass behind again at 1-0.
They may be last in average, but they are 2nd in homers in this league. So They can hit it hard and far.
Left field not quite as shallow as it is at Constellation Field here at Bethpage Ballpark, but right field is more so. Swing and a miss, now a throw back to first, and just getting back in ahead of the tag from Tyler Colvin was the runner at first, Patrick Palmero.
I tell you, Dowd has a gun. He really does.
He does. Not many runners can run on him. He has one of the best arms that the Ducks have certainly seen behind the plate, and that was a big reason why they got him, was his arm behind the plate and his defensive ability, and meanwhile, he's only leading the team in batting average among guys on the active roster. 1-1 on the way from Snodgrass. Swing and a miss. A good changeup over that outside corner of the plate. And now the left-hander one strike away from avoiding further trouble in the fourth.
It may have actually been off the plate, but when it's coming in and you're expecting something and Snodgrass pulls the string on it, you are way out in front no matter where it lands.
So Weems leads from second and Palmero from first with 2 down. And the 1-2 on the way from Jack Snodgrass. A swung on and missed, strike 3. Ball was down in the dirt. Dowd will pick it up and throw on to first for the putout. That is strikeout number 5 for Snodgrass, and he is able to work out of trouble in the 4th inning. So in the frame, no runs, no hits, a walk, an error, and 2 left on base for Sugarland. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Skeeters still in front, 1-0.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Darren Downs, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time. Beautiful evening for baseball. Big action every time. He reaches up, it's gone! Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
We're back at Bethpage Ballpark. David Weiss, Michael Pollack going to the bottom of the 4th with the Ducks still trailing by a run. Sugarland 1, Long Island nothing. As we finish up some business for you, 4th inning trivia, testing your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks and baseball as a whole. Pitching coach for the Sugarland Skeeters in his 3rd season as the Sugarland's pitching coach, Jeff Scott, who was the pitching coach for the Long Island Ducks in 2005. The question was, during his managerial years in the Atlantic League, he managed 2 different teams. He won Manager of the Year with one of the teams he managed. Name that team. Michael Pollack's question, did this happen before or after his one season as a pitching coach for the Ducks in 2005? And the answer is after.
Here a fly ball to left field, ranging over towards the line and making the catch in left is Jeremy Barfield. So Tyler Colvin is retired. That is the first out of the inning.
However, Michael, that question really has no bearing and doesn't provide much of a hint because all 4 seasons that Jeff Scott managed these 2 different teams, all of those managerial years came after his pitching coach year as a Duck in 2005. So name the team for whom Jeff Scott won Manager of the Year. It is a tricky question. It was somewhat remarkable that he won Manager of the Year while managing this team. That's about as much of a hint as I can give you.
The first pitch here is delivered as a strike to Sean Burrows, 0-1. I'm going to guess Camden River Sharks.
He was the manager of the River Sharks, correct, in 2009 and 2012.
Burrows here, a hot shot past the diving try of the shortstop Beamer Weems and into left center field. So Sean Burrows has his 2nd hit of the night with a base hit to left center. And he is on with 1 out for the Ducks in the 4th.
However, Jeff Scott did not win Manager of the Year with the Camden River Sharks either of those years in 2009 or 2012. Jeff Scott was named Manager of the Year in 2007 for his second season as manager of the Road Warriors. He never managed a home game. The Road Warriors played all of their games on the road. Finished with a record of 43-83, but good enough manager of the year because they were one tough out that year. They were very tough to beat, and everyone knew that, and Scott got a lot of support for his managerial expertise for a team that did not play a home game. How about that?
Very interesting. See, I was thinking about that, but I'll tell you why I didn't think it was that year that he had won it. 1-0, and that pitch misses up high for ball 2. That year in 2007, if I remember correctly, the Newark Bears won the Atlantic League Championship and had a phenomenal year all the way around, and that's why I believed it was the manager of the year for the Newark Bears that year, and it's escaping me who it was, but that is what I thought at the time.
But 2007 was Jeff Scott's year.
2-0 is a breaking ball in for a strike to Blank. The count 2-1. Blank with a foul pop-up to the catcher his first time up after Burroughs had singled with one out in the second inning. So Blank hoping for better results here in his second trip to the plate. Gallagher comes set on the mound with the glove to the right side of his face. And the 2-1 pitch swung on and ripped into center field shallow. On the run in is Rene Tassoni. He'll have to play it on a hop. It lands for a base hit. So Mike Blank doesn't hit it all that hard, but he finds the open real estate in center. And Long Island with runners at first and second, one man out, and the Ducks offense threatening to score again here in inning number 4.
All right, so you got 2 singles, including a bloop. Now you wait for the blast. Blake T. Cody can certainly provide that, or at the very least, a run-scoring single with one down. The Ducks trying to even the score here against one of the toughest pitchers in the league, Sean Gallagher.
A blast is an understatement of what T. Cody did in the 6th inning last night in Lancaster. First pitch, and he takes low and outside for ball 1. Leading off that 6th inning last night, a mammoth solo home run to right that cleared everything over the wall in right. And made it at the time a 6-4 game in favor of the Barnstormers. For T. Cody, it was his 3rd homer and 9th run batted in of the year. 1-0. He swings and pops this one up to the left side of the infield. Now into the outfield goes the shortstop Beamer Weems, and he will make the catch in shallow left. So the Ducks get back-to-back one-out hits, but T. Cody with the shallow pop-up. And with 2 away, that will leave it up to the catcher, Mike Dowd.
Well, Beamer Weems made an over-the-shoulder catch on Dan Lyons with runners on second and third and just one down. And in this case, first and second, one down. And again, Weems, who likes to encroach on that territory from Jeremy Barfield. Easier for Barfield coming in, but Weems goes back very well on pops and was able to get that one to retire T. Cody.
So with 2 outs here is Dowd to the plate, 1 for 1 on the night with a single his first time up. First pitch to him here is a breaking ball that misses low and outside for ball 1. Dowd with a single to right to start off that 3rd inning. Made it to 3rd with only 1 out, but never was able to score as Lyons popped to short and Gotay struck out swinging. Burroughs leads from second, Blank from first with 2 down. The 1-0. And that fastball misses away from Gallagher for ball 2. Neither of the 2 runners have particularly good speed, so a base hit will not necessarily tie up this game. Each side now with 4 hits on the night. Gallagher looking into home plate. Good hitters count here at 2-0 for Dowd. Kicking the pitch on the way, and he will check his swing and ends up fouling one off the knob of his bat. And you can tell he's frustrated there. Was going to be ahead in the count at 3-0 as he tried to duck out of the way of the pitch, but it hit it on the knob.
Yeah, pure accident. Kind of holding up that bat defensively. That ball might have hit him if it hadn't hit the bat.
So, 2 balls and a strike now on Dowd with 2 men on and 2 men out. Bottom half of the 4th inning. Gallagher kicks and fires. Dowd takes a fastball that just misses the inside corner. So now it's 3-1. Again, a good hitter's count. Anthony Vega is waiting on deck for Long Island, hoping to get a chance in this bottom of the 4th inning.
Sean Gallagher has not walked a man. This is as close as he's come here tonight.
Burroughs leads off second, Blank off first. And now Gallagher's 3-ball, 1-strike pitch to Dowd is inside ball 4. Nearly caught him on the hands, but he'll take the walk. First of the night issued by the right-hander. It is a Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quacker Jack Foundation wins.
So the bases are loaded up. All the Ducks are on the pond for the number 9 man in the order, Anthony Vega. Hitting from the left side against the brilliant righty of the Sugarland Skeeters, Sean Gallagher. Key moment in this game comes in the bottom of the fourth.
Vega had an RBI single among his 2 hits last night. Steps up to the plate from the left side. First pitch, and a breaking ball delivered for a called strike, 0-1. This season, Vega has come up 3 times with the bases loaded, 1 for 3, with 3 runs batted in those situations. And again, looking to at least tie this game and get Burrows home from third. The 0-1, and that's way low and outside, taken by Vega to even up the count.
Well, no place to put Anthony Vega. And you got the dangerous Phelan Lentini waiting on deck. Certainly no reason not to throw strikes here. Just got to try to get Vega. Hit it hard someplace.
1-1. That breaking ball misses up and outside. That'll run the count to 2 balls and a strike. On the Ducks left fielder, Gallagher, who in the first couple of innings was pounding the strike zone, now not doing as much. Already up to 52 pitches now for the game, 33 strikes. Still very efficient, but pitch count was so low over those first 2 innings. 2-1. Popped up in the air, foul, third base side. This will drift out of play. So Vega fouls one off. That'll even things up at 2-2. Gallagher now a strike away from getting out of trouble. Ducks have been trying to make opponents pay. They have been able to put together threats in each of the last 4 games after the previous homestand, but have had trouble scoring. Now the 2-2. Lays off the high fastball. Good check of his swing. So that will run the count full at 3-2, which means the runners will get the head start on the pitch from Gallagher to Vega. Burrows at third, Blank at second, and Dowd at first.
Well, with Gallagher's control, you know Vega's going to get something here he can hit.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Gallagher comes set. Runners go, and the 3-2 is outside ball 4. That will force home the tying run.
How about that?
That is a great at-bat for Anthony Vega. He is able to draw the second straight 2-out walk against Sean Gallagher. Another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quackerjack Foundation wins. Picks up RBI 19, and the Ducks tie this one at 1 apiece.
So Sean Burrows scores. Mike Blank to third base. Mike Dowd over to second. And Anthony Vega with the tying RBI with a good eye at the plate, working out a walk. I wouldn't have given you a plug nickel to have guessed the Ducks would have scored their first run on a bases-loaded walk, not the way Sean Gallagher was going earlier.
Now Lentini to the plate. He takes a strike, 0-1. Lentini has had 7 at-bats with the bases loaded this year, hitting .714 with 11 runs batted in. The Ducks' best hitter in these situations this year. And we'll see if he can come through. Runners lead at every base with 2 outs. The 0-1 coming from Gallagher. Kicks and fires. Lentini a swing and a foul ball. Hit it off his front foot, and it trickled up the first base line, and now he's quickly behind at 0-2.
Boy, Lentini was drooling as that pitch came on in. He had a great cut. He really swung as hard as he could. Just got a piece, but now finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Nonetheless, Lentini, one of the most dangerous hitters in the Atlantic League. And the base is still loaded. The Ducks trying to break out on top.
1-1 game, bottom of the 4th inning. And now an 0-2 coming from Gallagher to Lentini. Pitch on the way, and the breaking ball is hit on the ground to the left side. Grabbed by the third baseman, Palmero. He goes the short way to second for the force, and the side is retired. So Lentini grounds into the force out, but the Ducks end up able to scratch across a run on 2 hits and 2 walks in the inning. No errors. They do leave the bases loaded. And after 4, Long Island and Sugarland all square at 1 apiece.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Patrick Kreider, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolat patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolak pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolak's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolak. Visit Nicolak.com.
Pave your way.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the exclusive Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trouttown Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience awaits.
Hey, Duck fans, you can chill out with a cold cup of Hampton Coffee Company gourmet iced coffee available at the concession stands here at Bethpage Ballpark. Hampton Coffee, the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. Visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com or visit their cafes out in the beautiful Hamptons. This the first weekend of June. And with each passing weekend, you know the traffic on 27 Sunrise Highway going east is going to get worse and worse and worse. So by the time you get out there, you'll need a cup of iced coffee, and we got it for you.
I think I'll stay away from the East End for a while. I'll let all that traffic, let everybody sit in that traffic. Plenty of nice beaches out in Nassau and Suffolk County that I can enjoy when I do get a minute away from the ballpark. But
this may be sacrilegious, but I've always preferred the North Fork to the South Fork. I love the wine country. A little quieter up there. Beautiful golf course called Islands End that I play golf at in Greenport. There's but before Labor Day, a great charity outing that I have the pleasure of emceeing for St. Agnes Parish. So, yeah, North Fork is more my speed, but it takes a while to get out to the east no matter where you're going during the summer months.
No question about it. So we go to the fifth inning. Ducks have been able to pull even on the bases-loaded walk to Anthony Vega in the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 count here on Jeff Dominguez, who lines one into center field on the run. Blake Tico to his left, dives, he can't get it. This one is going to get past him. It's going to go all the way towards the wall. Dominguez around second, motoring his way to third. Gary Gaetti is going to hold him up at third as the throw from Gotay comes into the plate up the third base line. I thought for sure once that got by Blake Tico, Dominguez was going to have an inside the park home run, but he will settle for the leadoff triple, and now he is a home run away from the cycle.
Yeah, Dominguez does have leadoff batter type speed, and as you said, T. Cody, it was that all-or-nothing play. Made the dive, was unable to get it. He's on his stomach. Phelan Lantini has a long run back to the wall to get the ball, and I do think, based on where the throw came in, Dominguez would have scored, but why take the chance? Leading off here in the fifth, he's at third, nobody out.
So after the Ducks score to tie it in the bottom of the fourth, the Skeeters with a runner at third, nobody out. Jack Snodgrass misses outside for ball one. We mentioned this earlier. The Ducks in all three games in Lancaster were able to take a lead, and at that point, after taking a lead, immediately gave it up in the bottom half of the next half inning.
That's the so-called shutdown inning.
So now runner at third, nobody out. The 1-0 on the way to Haig. And he takes outside. Snodgrass quickly behind at 2-0. You can't fault T. Cody there. Good effort, and I thought the ball might hang up long enough for him to make that catch, but a full extension dive, and he just missed it. Otherwise, he would have had an outstanding play for the first out of the inning. 2-0 from Snodgrass, and Haig will swing and miss. Late on a fastball down in the zone. The count 2-1.
Certainly, if you have a time machine, you go back and you say, well, leading off the inning, why take that chance? Maybe you should try to block it instead. But instincts take over, and I thought he had a shot at it too, right, as you did.
2-1 now. Snodgrass deals. Haig a swing and a miss. Good breaking ball down in the zone. Now the count even up at 2-2. Haig laid down a sacrifice bunt in the first inning after the leadoff single by Dominguez, then struck out swinging after the leadoff double in the third by Dominguez, who now will have at least one more at bat to try and get the cycle, and he is in need of the home run to get it. 2-2 pitch on the way from Snodgrass to Haig, and this is a swing and a foul ball back to the first base side. Meanwhile, the bat goes flipping into the stands on the third base side and ends up on the lower concourse where it's picked up by a fan. And the question is everybody okay? Yeah. And indeed, I think everybody is.
Thankfully, there aren't that many empty seats behind the Sugarland dugout. That thing bounded off of one of the empty seats and then rebounded to that concourse area, splits the two sections. So thankfully, everybody seems to be okay, but that thing had some hang time on it and was actually spinning as it entered the stands. Very dangerous.
Looking down that third base line, everybody seems to be okay, many of them smiling, and that is good news. You never like to see a bat go into the stands, and that one on a foul ball off the bat of Ricky Haig.
Right.
Usually you'll see it on a swing and a miss, not on a foul ball.
And that bat went quite a ways.
Yeah, it hit off maybe the first couple rows and then ricocheted up to the lower concourse. 2-2 from Snodgrass again to Haig, and this one misses low and inside, ball 3. So that runs the count full. Haig ended up getting the bat back as the fan returned it to Gary Gaetti, the manager of the Skeeters, coaching down the third base line. I'm sure he will get something else from the Skeeters after picking up that bat. So now the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes after the leadoff triple by Dominguez. Snodgrass set at the belt, kicks and fires, and Haig will take inside, ball 4. So Jack Snodgrass has walked his second batter of the game, and the first 2 have reached for Sugarland in this 5th inning.
Be interesting to see what Kevin Baez does here. Does he back the infield up, going for 2, which is, I believe, what he's going to do, or does he try to choke off the run? In this case, he's going to surrender the run in order to try to take 2 outs on a ground ball.
So now Delwyn Young will come up to the plate, 0 for 2 with 2 ground balls on the night. So the Ducks hoping he hits another one here. Again, the middle infielder's playing back. First pitch, and that's grounded foul back behind the plate. And the count 0-1 on Young. Some out-of-town scores. Bottom of the 3rd inning in Bridgewater, New Jersey. Patriots have a 1-0 lead over the Bluefish. Mike Antonini starting for Bridgeport. Scott McGregor for the Patriots. Matt Fields has driven in the only run of the game thus far. 0-1 pitch coming up. Snodgrass comes set. The runners lead from the corners. And a throw over to first. Chases Haig back to the bag. In New Britain, Bees, who just faced the Skeeters in Texas and took 2 of 3, are trailing 4-0 bottom half of the 5th inning. Gabby Hernandez starting tonight for Southern Maryland, while Josh Zide goes for New Britain. Blue Crabs have 2 hits and 2 RBIs thus far from Darby Myers to lead the offense. Ground ball here to short. Lyons charges. He fields. Flips the second one onto first. Double play. A run does score on the play, though, as Dominguez comes in from third. So the double play ground out by Young. Ducks do concede the run, and it's now a 2-1 ball game in favor of the Skeeters.
Well, calculated risk, but it pays off for Kevin Baez, keeping the infield back. Who knows if that ball might have squirted through the infield had he brought the infield in. So no RBI on the play. Dominguez does score. Skeeters do take a 1-run lead, but now 2 down and nobody on, and this prevents the possibility of a much larger inning unless Sugarland does something from here.
Well, you've got the heavy-hitting Jeremy Barfield at the plate. He takes low and outside for ball 1. Barfield 1 for 2 in the game, an RBI single to left with 2 outs in the first inning that scored Dominguez, and then a ground out to third to end the 3rd inning. And as you said, Kevin Baez willing to concede the run to get 2 outs, and that's exactly what happened. 1-0 misses outside, and now 2-0 on Barfield. Meanwhile, down in York, Pennsylvania, War of the Roses between the Barnstormers and the Revolution, and York has a 3-1 lead. Bottom half of the 4th inning. Tanner Peters starting for Lancaster. Frank Gailey, the starter tonight for York. 2-0. Breaking ball nicely thrown in by Snodgrass for strike 1. Revolution tonight RBIs from Jason Repko, Isaiah Tejeda, and Josh Wilson. Barnstormer RBIs come off the bat of Josh Whitaker. So the count 2-1 here on Barfield. Kicking the pitch on the way, misses down and in from Snodgrass, who is behind at 3-1. Seems to be falling behind in counts more so this inning. And has had 79 pitches now for the game, 49 for strikes. Skeeters working his pitch count up early in this ball game. Here comes the 3-1. Deals to the plate. And this taken low and inside, ball 4. So Snodgrass has now walked 3 on the night. Second in the inning. And another 2-out base runner for Sugarland.
And that seems to be the way Snodgrass has been pitching the more dangerous hitters in the Sugarland lineup. Trying to mix it up, go off speed, and go down and in. So now you got a runner on with 2 down. And the dangerous Tassoni at the plate.
You mentioned coming in, Snodgrass has only walked 11 batters in 39 2/3 innings this year. The 3 walks have tied a season high, which he did here against Southern Maryland back on April 29th. He walked 3 in 6 innings that day. First pitch is a called strike to Tassoni, 0-1. He singled to right back in the first inning with 2 men out. and then struck out leading off the fourth. Skeeters now with a 2-1 lead. And the 0-1 coming in this lefty-lefty matchup. Snodgrass fires. Tassonia swinging a foul ball, just getting a piece. And it's 0-2.
And just to illustrate what you're talking about in terms of Snodgrass's propensity at throwing strikes and his control coming into the game, a nearly 5-to-1 ratio. 49 strikeouts, just 11 walks, and 4 more strikeouts to make that 5 more strikeouts tonight. So that's 54. And add 3 walks, now 14.
0-2 from Snodgrass to Tassonia. Swung and tapped to the third base side of the mound past Snodgrass. Burrows tried to barehand it, could not come up with it. Everybody is going to be safe on the infield single. And now 2 on with 2 out. And that is going to bring Kent Mathis up to the plate.
I believe it was Dan Lyons who was pointing toward third base, with everybody seemingly having a shot at that. Snodgrass, third baseman Sean Burrows, who tried to barehand it, went underneath his outstretched fingers. And then Dan Lyons, realizing there was nobody covering third, so he pointed at the bag, and Jack Snodgrass ran over to prevent any further advance. So, after the leadoff triple, then a double play, a run scoring, now a little 2-out lightning from the Sugar Land Skeeters.
And again, it's about getting those outs with 2 outs in the inning. Instead, Snodgrass's pitch count keeps going higher. The first pitch to Kent Mathis misses down and in for ball 1. And for Snodgrass, now 4 of the 6 batters he has faced in this inning has fallen behind in the count with a first pitch ball. And the first 3 that had a first pitch ball all reached. So not a good sequence for Snodgrass. Mathis tonight 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to short. Here's the 1-0. Ripped in the air to left, fairly well hit. Going back is Anthony Vega to the warning track at the wall. He reaches up at the wall and he makes the catch. Excellent grab at the wall by Anthony Vega, saving at least 1 run, if not more. And he keeps this a 1-run ball game after 5. So the Skeeters end up with 2 hits and 2 walks in the inning, but they only manage a run and leave 2 on base. We are halfway through on this Friday night. Sugar Land in front, 2-1.
Hey fans, this is catcher Mike Blank, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Municipal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Long Island Ducks. For 100 years, MCU has helped New Yorkers achieve their goals with competitive financial products and services. Meet your important or unexpected needs with an MCU personal loan. Whether it's the cost of moving, a family vacation, or even home repairs, an MCU personal loan is a simple solution. To learn more about how an MCU personal loan can work for you, visit nymcu.org today. MCU, celebrating 100 years of service.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, the Trout Town fan can, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss and Michael Pollack. Ducks trailing the Sugar Land Skeeters 2-1 as we go to the bottom of inning number 5. First of 3 games for the Ducks and Skeeters right through the weekend. Next up, tomorrow night, 6:35 start. Following the game, all fans will be treated to a Grucci fireworks extravaganza. Also, Duck staff handing out coupons with a special offer from Dick's Sporting Goods as they exit the ballpark following the fireworks show, which is always something special. And on Sunday, kids run the bases. You got autographs before the game. It's Sunday Family Fun Day here at the ballpark. 3 ways to get you Ducks tickets. We'll give that to you in a moment.
First pitch from Gallagher to Lyons is a breaking ball strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
You can get your tickets at the Bethpage Ballpark box office, online, liducks.com, or calling 631-940-TIXX.
Lyons lifts a fly ball into left field. That one is caught by the left fielder, Jeremy Barfield. So Lyons now 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a pop out, and a fly out. And the first batter of this bottom of the 5th inning retired for Long Island, as the Ducks will try and come back again. Same problems that they had in Lancaster. They get a run on the scoreboard. They're able to tie the game, immediately give a run right back, although that inning certainly could have been much bigger after Dominguez reached with a triple to start the inning. And Sugarland had 2 on with nobody out, but the Ducks only conceding 1 run. Now Ruben Gotay to the plate, and he takes inside for ball 1. The Ducks again have to play catch-up as they're behind by a run. Gotay tonight has struck out twice. And here he fouls one off to the third base side out of play to even things up at 1-1. Finishing up on that scoreboard, Major League scoreboard, Yankees have a 3-1 lead over the Baltimore Orioles, top of the 4th inning down in Baltimore. Carlos Beltran with a home run for New York along with Alex Rodriguez. As Gotay takes low for ball 2 for Beltran, his 13th, for Rodriguez, his 7th. Pitching matchup for tonight is Nathan Eovaldi for the Yankees and Chris Tillman for the Orioles. 2-1. Gotay takes a fastball that hits the outside corner for a strike. And that'll now even up the count at 2-2. As for the Mets, they're tied with the Marlins right now down in Miami. 1-1, top half of the 4th inning. Noah Syndergaard for New York, Tom Kohler for the Marlins. Here a little ground ball to short. Charging in Beamer Weems fields. The off-balance throw to first is in time. So Gotay retired for the 3rd time tonight and quickly 2 away in the 5th. Offensively, Marcelo Zuna has homered for the Marlins, his 11th of the year, as Drupal Cabrera hitting his 5th of the season for New York. And for the soccer fans out there, tonight is the United States' first match of Copa America Centenario out in Santa Clara, California, Levi's Stadium, the site. As Tyler Colvin takes a fastball low and outside for ball 1, United States will take on Colombia, and that match will begin at 9:30 Eastern time. 1-0, a swing and a miss. Big cut by Colvin, and he swings right through it. Count 1-1. Colvin 0 for 2 tonight. A ground out to short in the 2nd and a fly out to left in the 4th.
Among the many very big soccer fans, I think that would be you.
Yes.
A big Red Bulls fan.
Foul ball here down the third baseline by Colvin. So now the count of 1-2. Definitely exciting to see. There will be matches of that Copa America at MetLife Stadium later this summer. And MLS currently on the break with the international matches going on.
I'll tell you this, I'm one of the many who enjoyed watching the Long Island Rough Riders, formerly owned by Frank Bolton of the Long Island Ducks back in the early 2000s.
1-2 here. Colvin takes a curveball downstairs for a ball, 2-2. We were just in Lancaster at Clipper Magazine Stadium, which for the 2nd straight year is hosting soccer matches. The City Islanders, who are members of the United Soccer League, playing some matches there. And you could see when you were out on the field the green lines as part of the lines of the soccer field. You can still see them on the field. As here, Colvin takes a breaking ball for a called strike 3. So Colvin goes down looking for Gallagher, his 4th strikeout of the night, at a 1-2-3 inning, as Gallagher is able to work the shutdown inning for Sugarland. On to the 6th we go at Bethpage Ballpark. Skeeters holding a 2-1 lead over the Ducks.
Hey fans, this is relief pitcher Bruce Kern, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Hey, PSEG Long Island customers. Want to learn how to save on your electric bill? Here's one way. You can save up to $100 each year by simply replacing 10 incandescent bulbs with CFL or LED bulbs. Want to save even more? Take our online home energy survey. It's free, it takes just 10 minutes to complete, and it may save you hundreds more. Find out about our energy efficiency programs at www.pseglinY.com/savemoney.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
And Duck fans, you can follow all season long as the Long Island Ducks try to meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks reach 100 home runs, Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is their family tradition. And as you check out the home run totals, the Ducks, who are leading the league in average at 290 collectively, have hit a total collectively of 24 home runs in their first 40 games. If you extrapolate those numbers, and extrapolating is something that I do quite often, even in public, I will tell you right now that the Ducks are just under that 100 home run pace, but they are bound to get hot when the summer rolls in. That has happened season after season. You know the Ducks will reach that 100 number. I guarantee it.
Guarantee made by David Weiss that the Ducks will reach that 100 home run mark, and Long Island missing one of their big home run pieces in Lou Ford, who was leading the team with 5. First pitch is taken for a called strike by Beamer Weems, 0-1. Ducks hit 3 in the series in Lancaster, and all of them were Titanic blasts. 2 that cleared everything in right, and 1 by Blank that went up halfway on the lawn, seating in left, way out in left field, as Weems fouls one back to the screen and is quickly behind, 0-2.
You've been out across the Atlantic League. Does Bethpage Ballpark have your reputation for being a good home run hitter's park? I wouldn't think it really has that reputation.
I honestly don't think it leans either way, to be fair.
I think it's all about the wind, right?
I think it's, and it's a pretty neutral park, symmetrical around, 325 down the lines, 400 to center. Breaking ball here misses outside for ball 1.
Yeah, I didn't think it would have the reputation of a Fenway Park or a Citizens Bank Park in Philly or any of the parks that have homers flying out on a regular basis. But when the breeze is blowing out, though, you'll see them flying out of here.
Definitely. Here comes the 1-2, and that's chopped on the ground at the third baseline. Foul. Count stays at 1-2. At a lot of the other ballparks, it depends kind of on what type of hitter you are, but Lancaster especially is a home run park. That's why the Barnstormers routinely lead the league in offense, and they tend to get a lineup that is filled with lefties. That right field wall just 300 feet down the line. Many have said it's even less than that if you actually measure it. The 1-2 is taken low and inside for ball 2, and the Barnstormers had a total of 5 home runs in the series against Long Island, and of those 5 home runs, I'd say maybe 1 would have been out here at Bethpage Ballpark. A lot of the others were kind of line drives or high pop-ups that ended up just getting over the wall in right or in right center. 2-2. Snodgrass misses again down and in, so after getting ahead 0-2, Weems has now worked the count to 3-2. He is 0 for 2 on the night, grounding out to first in the second, reaching on an error in the fourth. And again, came into today hitting just 191. 3-2 from Snodgrass, and Weems hits a fly ball in the air to right center, chasing back Blake T-Cody. He'll get to the spot, though, and make the catch for out number 1.
And continuing our chat about home runs, leading the league in homers, team by team, the York Revolution with 45, and of course leading the York Revolution and leading the league in individual home runs, Telvin Nash, who has 11 of them. So that's 45 homers in 41 games for the York Revolution.
And Telvin Nash has had a monster start to the season, and the Ducks will be getting very familiar with York coming up because they will play the Revolution 10 times in the next 30 games before the end of the half. And York, of course, leading the Freedom Division entering tonight. First pitch here is taken low and inside for ball 1 by the 8-hitter and third baseman Patrick Palmero, who tonight is 0 for 1 with a walk. Flew out to center back in the second inning, then drew that walk in the fourth with 2 men out. 1-0, swing and a miss, chasing a breaking ball down and away. That'll even up the count at 1-1. Snodgrass tonight is now at 94 pitches, 58 for strikes. So we'll see if Kevin Baez sticks with him if he gets through this inning for the 7th, or if this will be his final inning of the night. Ducks are trailing 2-1 on the scoreboard. 1-1. That's taken down and in for ball 2 from the lefty.
Yeah, Jack has only had 1-2-3 inning back in the second. It really has been a struggle every other inning in terms of pitch count, working hard, throwing quality pitches to get out of jams.
Here's his 2-1. This is line to second, right at Ruben Gotay. He'll make the catch. About knee high. So Palmero retired for the second out of the inning, as Snodgrass tries to work a 1-2-3 in the 6th. Left-hander thus far, as we mentioned earlier, has made a total of 7 starts this season and has 5 quality starts out of those 7, including each of his last 2, where he won 1 and lost 1. Trying to make it 3 straight quality starts if he can get through the 6th inning here with 2 runs, and if he doesn't come back out for the 7th. Ball down low here to Wilfredo Rodriguez, and the count goes to 1-0. Rodriguez has struck out twice. 2 of the 5 Ks for Snodgrass on the evening. Left-hander gets the sign and comes set. Here's the 1-0. And this is ripped back up the middle, goes off the leg of Snodgrass and ricochets into shallow right field. Gotay will pick up the baseball, and Ducks trainer Donnie Pitchford out of the dugout, Kevin Baez as well. And they will go check on lefty Jack Snodgrass after taking that bullet back up the middle off of his leg.
Hit very hard, and absolutely no chance for Snodgrass to hop out of the way. Reaction time, 60 feet, 6 inches, not nearly enough. There's Dottie outside on the pitcher's mound, just off the pitcher's mound now, checking out Jack Snodgrass.
Tyler Colvin in for the discussion, as well as the catcher Mike Dowd. They want to see Snodgrass throw a pitch or two just to make sure that he is okay. Darren Downs during the road trip took a line drive off of his leg in Lancaster. And a Ducks team that has already seen their fair share of injuries, especially of late here in the first half. They cannot afford another, so they want to make sure Snodgrass is all right here. He's thrown a couple of warm-up pitches. I think he's going to throw one more as Kevin Baez and Donnie Pitchford look on.
Looks like he's not throwing with any difficulty, but he's thrown 3 pitches. I think he says he's okay. Hard to tell exactly where that hit him, but if it's anywhere in the shin area, you got to be very careful. I mean, there's just all bone there, no meat. And you can suffer a serious injury when you hit that hard. Lower half of the leg. Yet another warm-up pitch thrown by Snodgrass, but he's staying in.
So he has convinced his manager and his trainer that he is okay to stay in the game. I'm sure he'll have a nice mark on that leg. It looked like it hit him near that left shin, I think is what he caught. It was either the left shin or the right calf on his follow-through. Couldn't tell right away, but caught him on that line drive back up the middle by Rodriguez and ricocheted in between first and second, with Colvin going to cover first and Gotay going up the middle. No chance for either to make the play. So now Jeff Dominguez to the plate, a homer shy of the cycle. First pitch here, and he hits a high fly ball to left, but shallow. Moving over towards the line is Anthony Vega. He will get there and make the catch, and Dominguez trying for it, just missed, and that will end the inning. So Snodgrass able to throw one pitch after taking the liner off his leg and getting out. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left for the Skeeters, who have left 8 on base tonight. 5.5 complete, and Sugar Land leads 2-1.
Hey fans, this is catcher Mike Dowd, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Park in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip. That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss along with Michael Pollack. Good crowd on hand for the opener of a 3-game series, the Ducks and the Sugar Land Skeeters. The Ducks have been trailing all the way in this one, gave up a run in the top of the first, tied it in the bottom of inning number 4. However, another run in the top of the 5th for Sugar Land, and that's where we stand, 2-1 as we go to the bottom of inning number 6. The Ducks sending their numbers 5, 6, and 7 men to the plate. Sean Burrows, Mike Black, Blake T. Cody. Still a ways to go, but we have the pitcher's duel that we figured we'd have on the way in.
So Sean Burrows will come to the plate to lead things off. First pitch, and he takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Burrows was 0 for 7 with a walk in the series in Lancaster, playing the first 2 of the 3 games. The 0-1 here is grounded towards second. A big hop for the second baseman Haig, who fields and throws to first for the out. So Sean Burrows quickly retired and one away in the sixth as the Ducks continue to hack early in the count against Gallagher, but have only been able to manage 4 hits and a couple of walks in this game.
Ducks threatened in the third inning with runners on second and third. And only one man out, but Dan Lyons popped out. Ruben Gotay struck out, snuffing out that threat. In the fourth, they were able to scratch a run across. Uncharacteristically, 2 walks, back-to-back walks from Sean Gallagher, and he walked in a run.
First pitch swinging here for Blanken. He grounds one to third. A throw over to first. That is in time. So 2 quick outs for the Ducks here in the sixth inning. And Long Island's method of attacking early doesn't seem to be working against Gallagher, who to this point has thrown only 72 pitches in this game, 47 for strikes. But the way he's throwing looks like it go deep into the game for the Skeeters.
Sean Gallagher tied for the league in games started with 8 coming into the game. This is 9th start of the season, and he does have 1 complete game to his credit.
Blake T. Cody to the plate. He takes low for ball 1. T. Cody, a terrific series in Lancaster. We talked about how he is heating up. Was 5 for 11 with a double, a homer, 2 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. Tonight, though, 0 for 2. He squares to bunt, pulls back, and takes a strike. And now has a count of 1-1. He has grounded to first and popped to short in his 2 at-bats. Ducks scratched out a run in the 4th inning on the bases loaded walk to Anthony Vega, but left the bases loaded in the frame. And now here, T. Cody swings and misses. Since that bases loaded walk, the right-hander Gallagher's retired 6 in a row and is 1 strike away from making it 7 straight. 1-2 pitch from Gallagher, winds and fires, and T. Cody will swing and miss strike 3, way out in front of it. Slams the helmet down in disgust. For Gallagher's 5th strikeout of the night, the Ducks go down 1-2-3 for the 2nd straight inning. On to the 7th, Sugarland 2, Long Island 1.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Jack Snodgrass, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Long Island's Ford Giant is bigger and better than ever. Sayville Ford celebrating the grand opening of their new state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's grand opening celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's grand opening savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
We're back at Bethpage Ballpark, going to the top of the 7th. Here in CI, we have a pitching change. Jack Snodgrass, the Ducks starter, giving way to the 5'9" left-hander from the Dominican Republic, Yuri De La Rosa, making his 18th appearance of the season, 15 in the 3rd innings pitched, has given up 16 hits. 5 earned runs, has struck out 23 in 15 in the 3rd, and walked only 3, an ERA of under 3. He has been a key component out of the bullpen for the Ducks. Yuri De La Rosa will be facing the Sugarland Skeeters here in the top of inning 7.
So De La Rosa takes over for Snodgrass after his 3rd straight quality start. First pitch on the way to Ricky Haig, and he takes a strike over the inside corner, 0-1. We've got a righty, a switch hitter, and then another righty coming to the plate against De La Rosa. who has been superb this year for Long Island, but did give up a run his last time out, his first earned run given up since opening night. That came on Wednesday in Lancaster, and he allowed 3 hits and a run in 1 inning of work. Here's the 0-1. Haig takes inside from De La Rosa for ball 1. Tonight, Haig is 0 for 1 at the plate as he laid down a sac bunt in the first, struck out in the third, and then drew a walk in the 5th. 3 walks helping increase Snodgrass's pitch count as he got into some jams in a few of the innings tonight. 1-1, popped up foul, back behind the plate off to the first base side. Dowd gives it a look, but this will be back into the seats. Now the count 1-2.
De La Rosa just 5'9", listed at 165, but a lot of pop on that fastball. You can see he almost launches himself at the plate, giving everything he's got, putting all his weight behind it, and he can throw smoke.
Has thrown a scoreless inning this year against the Skeeters, striking out 2 in his only appearance against the team from Texas. And now it'll be a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch on the way from the southpaw. Comes set, kicks and fires, and Haig will take a curveball low and in. That'll even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Just in terms of stature, doesn't he remind you a bit of Scott Kazmir, who pitched in this league?
A little bit so. Kazmir in the big leagues. Another former Atlantic Leaguer and former Duck, Rich Hill, was just recently named the American League Pitcher of the Month for May. How about that?
How about that for the Oakland A's?
Congratulations to him. It's another tremendous honor and what has been a fantastic season for him. 2-2 breaking ball swung on and missed. Strike 3. Foul tipped it into the glove of the catcher, Mike Dowd. First strikeout for De La Rosa, 6th for Ducks pitching, and there's 1 away in the 7th.
De La Rosa, surprising action. Throws a very tight curve, mixes pitches well, and he got a lot of pop on that fastball.
So with the 1 away, Delwyn Young will step to the plate, 0 for 3 tonight, and all 3 outs have come on the ground, and all came against Jack Snodgrass. First pitch on the way for the left-hander. Kicks and fires, and Young will take a curve down and in for ball 1. Final line on Jack Snodgrass tonight. He goes 6 innings for the Ducks, gives up 2 runs, both earned on 7 hits. Did walk 3, tying a season high, and struck out 5 for the 7th time in 8 starts this year. He has struck out at least 5. 1-0. That's a high pop-up in the air to shallow left center. Going out is Lyons, coming in is Vega. Vega making the call, and the left fielder makes the catch for out number 2. Snodgrass threw a total of 99 pitches on the evening, 61 of them for strikes. And leaves at best with the ability to get a no decision, but is in line for the loss right now. It would drop him to 4-4 on the year if the Ducks cannot rally back.
Little solace for Snodgrass and the Ducks if they don't come back to win this game, but it really was another quality start for Jack Snodgrass.
Ducks just haven't been able to do much against Gallagher tonight. He was allowed just 4 singles to this point. Here's Jeremy Barfield to the plate, who's been on base 2 of 3 times tonight. First pitch from De La Rosa, and Barfield takes inside under the hands for ball 1. RBI single to left field with 2 outs in the first inning, grounded to third in the third, and then drew a walk in the 5th. Made it to second, but was stranded there on the fly out from Mathis. 1-0, and De La Rosa misses down and in. Looked like a 2-seam fastball. It's now 2 balls and no strikes on Barfield.
Up to De La Rosa and the rest of the Ducks bullpen, whoever comes in and follows De La Rosa, to keep this deficit no larger than 1.
Now at 2-0, breaking ball, weakly hit on the ground, foul, third base side. 2-1 on Barfield, who in the first series between these two teams was just 2 for 12 at the plate, but both of his hits went over the wall. 2 homers, 5 RBIs, and 2 runs scored in the 4-game series, which the Ducks and the Skeeters split, trading wins and losses. Skeeters won the opener 8-7. Ducks won game 1 of a doubleheader on Wednesday, 3-0 in 7 innings. Lost game 2, 2-1 in 7 innings, and then routed Sugarland 9-2 in the series finale. 2-1 pitch. De La Rosa deals, and Barfield take inside, just missed the corner. So that'll run the count to 3-1 as Barfield tries to reach with 2 outs and bring Rene Tassoni to the plate.
And you just know Sugarland wants to scratch another run across. A 2-run lead seem much larger with how Sean Gallagher is going on the mound.
3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Good fastball over the outside corner from De La Rosa. Barfield trying to pull it, could not connect, and so the count is full at 3-2.
Yeah, Barfield nearly swung out of his spikes trying to reach for that one.
Barfield was 2 for 3 at the plate yesterday for Sugar Land in their 7-1 loss, had 2 of the Skeeters' 5 hits. Sugar Land with 7 hits tonight to the Ducks 4, and they lead by a run. Payoff pitch on the way from De La Rosa, and Barfield takes up an outside ball 4. So a 2-out walk issued by De La Rosa, the 4th walk issued tonight by the Ducks. And that will give Rene Tassoni an opportunity to bat in the 7th.
Tassoni's been dangerous tonight. He's had 2 hits, the second one an infield single, sandwiched around a strikeout from Jack Snodgrass. So De La Rosa with a little work to do here. Keeps Sugar Land off the board, and the game at 2-1.
Lefty-lefty matchup, first pitch, and Tassoni a swing and a miss on a fastball over the inside corner, 0-1. Mentioned the base hit to right with 2 outs in the first, grounded to third in the third, and then Drew was able to reach on that little dribbler to the third base side of the mound in the 5th inning that Sean Burrows could not come up with. 0-1 the count. De La Rosa's pitch, and Tassoni takes away low and outside for ball 1. This season, Tassoni against left-handed pitchers has struggled mightily. He is just 1 of 10 against lefty pitchers this year, but hitting .357 against right-handers. So the splits show a big advantage here for Yuri De La Rosa. 1-1 on the way. Tassoni a swing and a miss way out in front of the breaking ball. And that'll run the count to 1-2, and De La Rosa 1 strike away from getting out of the inning.
Yeah, De La Rosa with a good curve there. Tight spin, started out at Tassoni's chest, landed on the outside corner, and Tassoni with just swing and a miss.
So here comes a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. De La Rosa comes set, kicks and fires, and Tassoni taking down and away would not chase. Evens the count up at 2-2 as middle of the order for Sugar Land showing their patience. They're making life difficult on De La Rosa to try and get out of this 7th inning with the score still at 2-1. Jeremy Barfield leads at first after drawing his 2nd walk of the night. And De La Rosa now with a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes on the 5-hitter and center fielder Rene Tassoni. From the stretch, the 2-2. De La Rosa kicks and fires, and Tassoni will swing and hit a ground ball to the right side. Gotay can't get it. It's in right field, a base hit. So Tassoni, who was 1 of 10 against lefties, is able to deliver the 2-out single to right. Long Island's 2-out troubles coming to fruition again in the 7th. 2 have reached with 2 outs against De La Rosa, and that'll leave it up to the right fielder, Kent Mathis.
As you mentioned, Michael, we have seen this in a slew of recent games. We've seen it here tonight as well. So De La Rosa, who was dominant against Ricky Haig and Delwyn Young, but walks Barfield. Tassoni with the single to right. Not hit hard, but hit in the right spot. Now he has some work to do against Kent Mathis to keep Sugar Land off the board and keep this a 1-run game.
So with 2 outs, here's Mathis to the plate, 0 for 3 on the evening. First pitch from De La Rosa, and Mathis will take a breaking ball strike over the inside corner, 0-1. Now the Ducks had to be feeling good with De La Rosa facing Tassoni with the numbers that Tassoni has put up against lefties, but he is able to single through that right side. And Sugar Land looking to widen this 2-1 lead. The Ducks cannot afford to fall behind further with the way that Gallagher has pitched against him tonight. 0-1 to Mathis. The kick and the pitch from De La Rosa, and that misses inside to even up the count at 1-1. De La Rosa got 2 outs to start the inning on just 6 pitches, but his pitch count now for the inning is up to 19. Next will be number 20. After Barfield worked the count full and walked, and Tassoni worked it to 2-2 before singling. The runners lead from first and second, and now the 1-1 coming from Yuri De La Rosa. Deals to the plate, and Mathis will swing and foul it back behind the plate. And again, De La Rosa with 2 strikes and a chance to get through the 7th unharmed.
Man, a good curveball. Right-handed swinging Mathis had a good cut, but was way out in front. Just barely got a piece as it dribbled back to the netting. So another key batter here for the Ducks. And specifically De La Rosa trying to end this right here.
Barfield takes his lead off of second base. Tassoni does the same at first. Colvin playing behind the runner at first base. And De La Rosa looks into home plate for the sign. Here comes a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch to Kent Mathis. Kicks and fires, and this one is taken down and in, and it hit him. Looked like it bounced in the dirt and hit Mathis on the leg. So for the third straight batter, De La Rosa has allowed a runner to reach after getting the 2 strikes on him, and now the bases are loaded for Sugar Land, and Beamer Weems coming to the plate.
This is not what skipper Kevin Baez wanted, bringing De La Rosa in, who has been at times dominant this season. But you've got Barfield with the walk, Tassani with that seeing eye base hit through the right side. Mathis gets hit, nicked, possibly on the leg or ankle, and now Weems at the plate.
So no visit from either Marty Jansen or Kevin Baez. De La Rosa will face Beamer Weems, and the first pitch to him is a fastball strike inside corner. Again, he gets ahead in the count. Nothing in one on Weems, who is 0 for 3 tonight. A ground out to first in the second, reached on an error in the fourth, and flew out to center in the sixth. Bases loaded with Skeeters, 2 men out, and Sugar Land leading by a run. De La Rosa wants to go through the signs again with Dowd, as his pitch count is now over 20 in the inning. And still on to face this righty hitter in Beamer Weems. Left-hander comes set on the hill. And his 0-1 on the way. Weems will take a fastball up high. It seems like De La Rosa gets strike one, but he's had trouble getting to 0-2. He has not gotten to 0-2 on one batter yet this inning.
And obviously, no room for error here. Doesn't want to fall behind Weems for a variety of reasons, most of which bases are loaded.
1-1 on the way. Weems will swing and miss, chasing a breaking ball down in the zone. So that'll run things to 1-2. Weems this year 1 for 2 with the bases loaded, 1 RBI in these situations. So again, De La Rosa has gotten to 2 strikes, 4th straight batter. With 2 outs, he's gotten to 2 strikes on him. Let's see if he can get strike number 3 and get out of this jam he has worked himself into. Here's the 1-2 on the way, and Weems will swing and foul it back to the screen.
Weems with a good cut there, just missing it, just under it, fouled it straight back, which leads you to believe he was right on that pitch and just missing it. So another big pitch forthcoming from De La Rosa.
After a strikeout and a flyout, a walk, a single, and a hit by pitch, have loaded up the bases for Sugar Land. Big moment in the ball game here with the Ducks down by a run. Another 1-2 from Yuri De La Rosa. Delivers to the plate, and Weems will swing and pop it up foul. First base side, this will go out of play. And the at-bat still alive for the Sugar Land shortstop.
Just to break the partial tension here, I just noticed, we were talking about the uniforms, the strange uniforms of the Sugar Land Skeeters tonight. They're dressed very similar to the way the umpires are dressed tonight. Looking at second base, I couldn't tell if that was the runner or David Speranza.
Very true. The umpires have the black tops and the gray bottoms.
Just thought I'd point that out.
1-2 again from De La Rosa. Breaking ball swung on and missed, strike 3. Tag applied by Dowd as he was able to get out of the inning. De La Rosa striking out his second of the inning, and after working into a jam with 2 outs, he gets out of trouble. So for the Skeeters, no runs in the inning. They pick up 1 hit, a walk, a hit batter, and leave 3 on base. Sugar Land has left 11 men on tonight. Time to stretch at Bethpage Ballpark. Marion G. Vetter Elementary School from North Babylon will now lead us in the singing of God Bless America. Excellent job by the Marion G. Vetter Elementary School from North Babylon. We'll take a break and come back. Bottom of the 7th after this, as the Ducks trailing the Skeeters 2-1.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Nick Struck, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Up Sky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Up Sky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Up Sky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up. It's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season. And with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
Well, the Ducks have a scare, but they are able to keep it within a run as Yuri De La Rosa loaded the bases with 2 outs, but got out of trouble by getting a strikeout of Beamer Weems. And so a 2-1 game as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Mike Dowd leading off, but he swings and misses at a fastball from Sean Gallagher for strike 1. Michael Pollock alongside David Weiss as we bring you all the action on this Friday evening. Gallagher's 0-1, and Dowd takes another fastball for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2.
Yeah, don't get ahead of yourself here. The weekend just started.
It's true. I'm losing track of the days here. Those Monday off days are kind of throwing me off, and you'd think I'd know it consistently, but still getting my days thrown off.
It's all about biorhythms, Michael.
0-2, fastball taken for a called strike 3. 3 straight pitches to Mike Dowd. He swings at 1, takes the next 2. And Gallagher's got a 6th strikeout of the night, 1 out in the 7th.
Gallagher did have a hiccup in the 7th inning, as we've mentioned, but there have been innings when he was just absolutely lights out. He's only had 1 inning in which he retired the side in order. Wait a minute, I'm looking at the wrong score sheet. 2 side. 2.
3 actually.
3. Okay,
his last 2, he retired them in order in the first inning as well.
There you go. But you're looking at a very clean score sheet here. The Ducks have only been able to scratch out 4 hits, all singles.
3rd inning and the 4th inning, really the only innings they've been able to do much against them, as this pitch misses outside for ball 2 to Anthony Vega, who's been on base twice tonight, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. And the Ducks were able to get runners to 2nd and 3rd with 1 out in that inning, but Lions popped a short. Gotay struck out to end that threat, 2-0, and that fastball's in at the knees for strike 1. And then in the 4th inning, the Ducks were able to load up the bases with 2 out. Vega drawing the bases loaded walk to force in the only run of the game for Long Island. Since then, though, a total of now 8 straight have been retired by Gallagher. He just misses here with ball 3. And Vega trying to work his way on for the 3rd time tonight and put the tying run on base with only 1 out in the 7th. Here's Gallagher's 3-1. That's outside ball 4. So Anthony Vega is on for the 3rd time tonight. Still no official at-bats for him. And for Gallagher, his 3rd walk of the evening, another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quacker Jack Foundation wins.
Yeah, those 2 previous walks back in the 4th did produce a run. We'll see if the Ducks can build on this free pass as we go right back to the top of the order. Ducks trailing by 1, but with the way Sean Gallagher is going, that 1 seems a lot larger, doesn't it?
So it breaks this, indeed it does. It breaks the string of 8 straight retired since the bases loaded walk to Vega in the 4th. First pitch here to Lentini, and he swings away and pops it up foul, chasing the pitch up and out of the zone. The count 0-1. So Anthony Vega in all his speed is at first. He's 5 of 6 in stolen base attempts this year, and would not be surprised with the way the Ducks offense has gone in this game to try and see Kevin Baez get Vega in motion, get him down to second base with Lentini and Lyons. Lentini at the plate and Lyons in the on-deck circle. 0-1 from Gallagher. Vega bluffs, and Lentini grounds it foul, 3rd base side. And now quickly behind it, 0-2. Lentini has yet to see a ball tonight. Grounded a short on an 0-1 pitch in the 1st. Sack bunt on the 1st pitch in the 3rd. And grounded into a force out on an 0-2 pitch in the 4th. And now behind here at 0-2 against Gallagher. Vega takes his lead again at first. Gallagher comes set. 0-2 pitch on the way, and Lentini is swinging a ground ball again, foul to the third base side. Well, Vega, who was 4 for 11 with 3 RBIs in the series at Lancaster, has reached base all 3 times tonight. Lentini also had himself a good series against his former team, 5 of 14 at the plate with 3 doubles and 2 runs scored. Entering the night with 12 doubles on the season. Another throw over to first, chasing Vega back, and he is back ahead of the tag from Delwyn Young.
Yeah, Lentini tied for second in the league in doubles. In fact, he is third in the league in total bases with 75, which does a lot for your slugging percentage totals.
So here comes an 0-2. Gallagher deals, Vega goes. Pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. The throw down to second base is in time. They say Vega is out on the tag from the second baseman, Ricky Haig. So Vega caught stealing for the second time this season, and the Ducks are retired in the 7th. No runs for Long Island, no hits, a walk, and because of the strike him out, throw him out, double play, nobody left on base. To the 8th inning we go. Sugarland in front, 2-1.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Anthony Vega, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Back here at Bethpage Ballpark, Long Island Ducks trailing right now 2-1 as we play in the 8th inning. Amalio Diaz, the second reliever of the night, has come on for the Ducks, trying to keep it right here at a 1-run game, as Long Island has not been able to get much going at all tonight against right-hander Sean Gallagher. So Diaz will come on. The right-hander is going to make appearance number 17 on the season, 2-1 record with a 3.52 ERA as he enters tonight's action. Yuri De La Rosa, a scoreless inning in the 7th, though he gave up a walk, a single, and hit a batter in that order with 2 outs in the inning, but struck out Beamer Weems swinging on a ball down in the dirt to get out of further trouble and keep this a 1-run ball game. As we hit the 8th inning, send it across the broadcast booth to my partner, David Weiss.
Thank you, Michael Pollux. It'll be Patrick Palmero, Wilfredo Rodriguez, and Jeff Dominguez, numbers 8, 9, and then back to the top of the order to face Amalio Diaz, who enters his first inning of work here in the top of inning number 8. And pitching from the stretch, as most relievers do, the righty-righty matchup. And the pitch on the way is smoked right back up the middle to center field. Patrick Palmero with his first hit of the evening to go along with a walk and a fly out and line out. So he is 1 for 3 with a base on balls. Patrick Palmero with a key leadoff single here in the top of the 8th for Sugarland, looking for a little insurance as we have come to the later innings here, and the Ducks still trailing it 2-1.
Now you can't blame them for looking for some extra insurance runs here in this ball game. Try and give Gallagher some breathing room. We'll see if he comes back out for the 8th, and why not with the way he has pitched, although Sugarland has a very good bullpen, including closer Derek Loop. First pitch coming up here to Palmero, to Rodriguez, and he takes a breaking ball strike. Count is 0-1. Rodriguez 1 for 3 on the night with 2 strikeouts.
And Rodriguez stands back in, righty-righty matchup.
Diaz looks in for the sign and comes set. Now the 0-1 from Diaz. Breaking ball off the end of the bat, foul, first base side. And it's quickly 0-2. Rodriguez had that line drive in the 6th inning that hit off of the leg of Jack Snodgrass.
All right, I got a question for you.
Yes.
What will it take for me to wrestle the play-by-play back from you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go for it. I completely lost my zone there. That is all yours. My mistake.
That's all right.
You could take it back.
I thought I'd have to
I didn't really get us much in the way of offense, so you go for it.
Let me try something here. And a throw over to first base to keep Palmeiro as close as possible. I thought, wait a minute, is it the 7th inning or did we get it?
I was in such a groove with the way the innings were going fairly quickly that I completely zoned out there.
But if we rewind the tape, you did hand it over to me for the 8th
I did.
inning.
I did.
Yes,
I gave it to you, and then I just kind of took it back. I wanted to make sure you were paying attention.
I was going to leave. I wasn't feeling very wanted there for a moment. 2-1, Ducks trail. Wilfredo Rodriguez at the plate, the number 9 hitter. Palmeiro at first base, and the throw a little closer this time from the pitcher, Amalio Diaz, to first baseman Tyler Colvin. But they're going to try to keep Palmeiro as close as possible. Palmeiro in the stolen base department, well, there's nothing there. He hasn't attempted one this year. He doesn't have a stolen base this year. Taking a medium-sized lead. Diaz pitched to the plate. A swing, a foul right at the plate. Screwing himself into the ground is Rodriguez. Kind of a wild swing and lost his balance. But the count now 0-2 to Wilfredo.
Diaz has done very well of late. He had given up 3 runs on May 15th against Southern Maryland, and since that point, he's made 7 consecutive appearances without allowing a hit, a run, or a walk. He has struck out 10 batters over 7 innings in that span, and of course the leadoff single here for Palmeiro tonight.
Diaz coming set, and the pitch to the plate, fastball up high, and Rodriguez wasn't chasing. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the leadoff man, Jeff Dominguez, who has been a stinger in the side of the Ducks. He has been a particularly annoying Skeeter tonight. He's waiting on deck with 3 for 4 and looking for the cycle if he hits one out. First things first, Rodriguez at the plate with a runner on. 1-2 pitch on the way, and there's a ground ball, could be 2. Second baseman Gotay to Lyons for 1. Back to first, double play. There's the pitcher's best pal, a twin killing. So Rodriguez grounds into a 4-6-3 double play, brings up Jeff Dominguez now with nobody on and 2 down.
Now just what Diaz wanted, the sharp ground ball to one of his infielders, and Rodriguez obliging, hit it right to Gotay. Backhand flip to Lyons on a first double play, quickly 2 outs, and now the big batter in Jeff Dominguez, who, as you said, 1 swing away from the cycle if he can hit one out.
Dominguez has singled, doubled, and tripled in that order. Coming set, Amalio Diaz to the left-handed swinging Jeff Dominguez, and he misses outside with a fastball 1-0. Dominguez with a single in the first. He would eventually come around to score on a single from Jeremy Barfield. He doubled in the third and was left stranded there. Tripled in the 5th to center field. Diving attempt by Blake T. Went for naught, and the ball went all the way to the wall. Next pitch is a fastball off the plate, 2-0. Diaz being rather careful with Dominguez at the plate. So with the single, double, and triple, his first crack at the cycle came in the 6th. He hit a fly ball. Off the bat, looked like it had a chance, but died in medium left field. Wind is not really helping anything here tonight. There's not much of a breeze. 2-0 pitch on the way, and a big home run hack, swing and a miss. 2-1 to Dominguez.
Dominguez is looking for a fastball here up in the zone that he can put a good swing on. Was looking for fastball there. Diaz gave him the hook, and Dominguez was way out in front for strike 1.
Dominguez batting from the left side for the first time tonight, the switch hitter. Previous at-bats came from the right side. And the next pitch off the plate, 3 balls and a strike to Dominguez. Again, Ducks trailing 2-1, top of the 8th. Ducks only being able to scratch in 1 run. That came in the bottom of the 4th on a bases-loaded walk. That's been it. Maulio Diaz looking in for the sign, and he has it from Mike Dowd. And the 3-1 pitch is on the way, and there's a tapper, shortstop. Nice big hop for Dan Lyons. Sidearm throw across in time, side retired. In the inning, and a strong one for Maulio Diaz. A leadoff single, but erased on a double play. Nothing else across, and nobody left. At the end of 7.5, we go to the bottom of the 8th, and the score remains. Sugarland 2, Long Island 1.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Dan Blewett, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark. Sean Gallagher back on the mound to start inning number 8 here at Bethpage Ballpark. His Skeeters have a 2-1 lead. The right-hander has been dominant tonight, giving up just 1 run on 4 hits and 3 walks over the first 7 innings while striking out 7. Ducks fans, you want frequent updates on team transactions, scores, store specials, and the status of upcoming games? Well, then follow the Long Island Ducks on Twitter at twitter.com/LIDucks. With Twitter, the faithful flock will be able to follow the Ducks and find out more information regarding nightly promotions, player signings, league activities, and so much more. The Ducks are tweeting right now at twitter.com/LIDucks.
Be Dan Lyons, Ruben Gotay, and Tyler Colvin, numbers 2, 3, and 4, in the order to face Sean Gallagher, who has given up only 4 hits, all singles, and 1 run to the Long Island Ducks. Lyons, in this righty-righty matchup against Gallagher, 0 for 3 tonight. He has struck out, popped out, flied out. There's a ground ball left side, just wide of third base, foul. Scoots on by the outstretched glove of Patrick Palmero and Duck skipper Kevin Baez. 0-2 the count to Dan Lyons. His pop out in the 3rd inning was key. 2nd and 3rd, just 1 out. And a fly out to short left field. And this one is stroked to center field. Rene Tosoni reaches up and cannot get it. It is over his head and up against the wall. No, it isn't.
He caught it.
He caught it. Wow, Dan Lyons thought that thing had gone over the glove of Tosoni. He was streaking into second base. I think he lost track of it, and I certainly did, but Tosoni reached up and robbing Dan Lyons of at least a double, 1 down. Nice catch by Tosoni.
Well, that is some grab. It looked like he had misjudged it, racing over to his right instead of back, and then had a make-up ground, and he somehow reached up and made the catch. And it's been that kind of night tonight for the Ducks.
Ruben Gotay at the plate. He has struck out twice and popped out to short. Gotay batting from the left side against the righty, Sean Gallagher, who misses outside. Count now even. And 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch on the way is downstairs. Gotay now out in front in the count. 2 balls and a strike. Scoreboard does not register an out, but there is 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Ducks just looking for base runners, and Gotay is 1 ball out of the strike zone away from being issued a free pass. It's 3-1. Gallagher working quickly, and the next pitch is outside, just barely, but enough so that Gotay works his way aboard, and that is another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, Quackerjack Foundation wins. That is the 4th walk given up by starter Sean Gallagher. And Gotay, who can run, is aboard with 1 down, and Tyler Colvin, the cleanup man, at the plate. Gotay has not attempted to steal this year. And the first pitch is a fastball up high, 1-0.
It looks like the right-hander Gallagher might be losing a little bit of his command here. Important for the Ducks, who have been aggressive at the plate all game long to work the count and make him work for his strikes.
Tyler Colvin is 0 for 3 tonight as he takes outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Michael, check that pitch count. What do we have for Sean Gallagher?
He entered the inning at 88 pitches, now at 98 for the game, 62 of them for strikes.
Yeah, maybe on the outer edges of fatigue here for Sean Gallagher, who comes set. Gotay takes his lead. Pitch to Colvin downstairs. 3 balls and no strikes. So the Ducks will take the bases on ball if they can get him. Gotay walks with 1 out after Dan Lyons sent Rene Tassani back to the center field wall. Next pitch on the way is high and away. Tyler Colvin works his way aboard for the second time in this game. Back-to-back walks issued by Sean Gallagher. And overall, he has walked 5. And it looks like we're going to get, at the very least, a meeting on the mound with catcher Wilfredo Rodriguez going out to talk to his pitcher. No movement yet from the dugout, as it is possible Gary Gaetti, manager of the Sugar Land Skeeters, trying to buy some time here to get somebody warmed up in a hurry.
I think that's possibly the case, but Gaetti's a guy who likes to stick with his pitchers too, and Gallagher's giving him a heck of an effort here tonight, wants to see if he can get out of it. Burrows, who has 2 hits and 3 at-bats, now coming to the plate, and we'll see what Burrows can do here to try and tie up this ball game at 2, if not put the Ducks ahead.
As you mentioned, Sean Burrows 2 for 3 tonight. First pitch had the plate, but downstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. To Burrows, who singled in the second, had another single, and did score the 1 run up on the board for the Ducks in the fourth, has also bounced to second. Gotay and Colvin, the runners on second and first respectively, and there is a half swing foul to the left side, right off the fence that guards the Sugar Land dugout on a fastball from Sean Gallagher. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 down, bottom of the 8th, and 2 men on. The Ducks trailing 2-1. Another key moment in this game right here, right now.
The Ducks missed out on some opportunities earlier, trying to come up with a run here in the 8th.
Burrows takes one, a fastball high and away, 2 balls and a strike. Boy, you give Gary Gaetti credit. He is going as far as he can with his starter, Sean Gallagher.
Every manager is different. Some guys like to stick with their starter and say, hey, you've got me this far, get me through. This is your game.
2-1 pitch on the way to Burrows, and he swings and misses. Good fastball, rising fastball. Burrows went after it, couldn't reach it. So the count now even at 2-2 with 1 out in the 8th and 2 men on. The tying run at second base in the person of Ruben Gotay. Tyler Colvin, the go-ahead run, is at first base. Burrows at the plate would be the insurance run if you want to go that far. There's a smash down the left field line, foul into the stands, and pops right back out. Hopefully everybody is all right. Boy, Burrows was late on the swing, but hit it hard down the left field line. Count remains 2-2.
You see that a lot from Burrows. He hits a lot of his hits out to left and left center field. He's got somewhat of a late swing, but able to dunk balls into the gaps and find the open field. We'll see if he can do so here at 2-2.
Pitch to Burrows on the way, and then a stroke foul again. A little looping foul this time. Off to the left. Again, Burrows going the other way with it, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 runs, 9 hits for the Sugar Land Skeeters. For the Ducks, 1 run, just 4 hits, and their last single came back in that 4th inning in which they scored their run. They've been hitless since. They've had base runners courtesy of a number of walks, 2 of which have been issued in this inning. 2-2 pitch on the way, foul straight back. Burrows had a good pitch to hit, just missed it. And what a battle here between Sean Gallagher and Sean Burrows, the battle of the Seans.
Next pitch will be the 8th of this at-bat and the 108th of the night for Gallagher. And Burrows there climbed the ladder, chased out of the zone a little bit to try and get that single and get Gotay in from second. Mike Blank would be next for Long Island. And the Ducks trying to even the score at 2 apiece.
Coming set, Sean Gallagher. Runners take their leads. The 2-2 pitch on the way to Burrows. Again, slap foul. Burrows spoiling another pitch from Sean Gallagher as the pitch count goes higher and higher. Burrows trying to time these pitches. I mean, he is another Wade Boggs at the plate right now. Very reminiscent of Boggs, who would stand in there from the left side and foul off a pitch, one after the other after the other.
No question.
2-2 pitch coming once again to Sean Burrows. It's on the way. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch from Sean Gallagher and a beauty. Burrows swinging through it. 2 down.
8th strikeout of the night for Gallagher, and he wins the battle on the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Threw it up in the zone. A good pitch for Burrows to hit, but was late on it, cut through it for the second out. And now it'll be up to Mike Blank after the back-to-back one-out walks to try and come through here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Blank is 1 for 3 here tonight. Fouled out in the second inning. He had a bloop single in the 4th and a grounded to 3rd in the 6th, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to Mike Blank. 2 on, 2 down. Bottom of the 8th, Ducks trailing 2-1. Righty-righty matchup here. Blank with a slightly open stance at the plate. Now Cole's time, with Gallagher coming set on the mound. Dan Lyons drove center fielder Rene Tassone all the way back to the wall. Made a great catch at the wall, dead center field, to lead off this inning. Gotay and Colvin back-to-back walks. Sean Burrows wasting one pitch after another, fouling them all off the other way to left field, but then Burrows swinging through an off-speed pitch that looked a little high, but Burrows extending the at-bat, only the strikeout. So 2 down, 2 on. Ducks trailing by 1, and it's up to Mike Blank right here.
Now we had a delay here. It looked like a couple objects fell down onto the field down the right field line from the front row of the field box seats. The first base umpire, Silvio Martinez Jr., could not see where it was, but finally they figured it out.
Coming set, Gallagher. And the 0-1 pitch on the way. Big swing and a miss. Boy, Mike Blank was trying to drive in those two and score himself on that one swing. He'll have to be a little more defensive here, with the count now 0-2. Boy, Blank had some cut. Blake Teacody, one of the hottest of Long Island Ducks, waiting on deck. He is hitless tonight. As we said, Blank 1 for 3. 0-2 pitch on the way, and there's a fly ball. Will it be out of play? It is back near the netting and will make it into the stands. A few rows deep, just to our right. Fans screaming their heads off, looking for that foul ball. I know it's exciting, but calm down. 0-2 the count to Mike Blank.
You can feel the tension in the ballpark. The Ducks fans know that this team is looking for a win after the tough road trip in Lancaster. Another opportunity here with 2 men on base and Blank behind in the count, trying to find a way to get to Sean Gallagher and at least tie up this ball game.
Not a whole lot of offense in this game. Some wasted opportunities from the Ducks, but it has been a very good one. A lot of key moments and a tense moment right now with Blank at the plate. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss! And pounding that ball into his fist, catcher Wilfredo Rodriguez, and what an effort by Sean Gallagher. Back-to-back strikeouts after back-to-back walks. 9 strikeouts overall for Gallagher tonight. And the Ducks threaten but do not score. No hits in the inning, but a couple of walks and 2 men left. At the end of 8 here at Bethpage Ballpark, score remains Sugarland 2, the Ducks 1.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher Frank DiGiulio, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Municipal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Long Island Ducks. For 100 years, MCU has helped New Yorkers achieve their goals with competitive financial products and services. Meet your important or unexpected needs with an MCU personal loan. Whether it's the cost of moving, a family vacation, or even home repairs, an MCU personal loan is a simple solution. To learn more about how an MCU personal loan can work for you, visit nymcu.org today. MCU, celebrating 100 years of service.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
To the 9th inning we go at Bethpage Ballpark. The Ducks missing out on another opportunity with 2 men on and 1 out, as both Sean Burrows and Mike Blank strike out, swinging, leaving the tying run at second. So we go to the ninth. Todd Coffey, the right-hander and closer for the Ducks, comes in. Although it is not a save situation, he takes over for Amalio Diaz after a scoreless inning in the eighth, despite giving up a leadoff single to Patrick Palmero. So Todd Coffey will try and keep it right here at 2-1 and give the Ducks offense a chance to come from behind in the bottom half of the ninth. And looking ahead, they will have their 7, 8, and 9 hitters come to the plate. T. Cody, Dowd, and Vega. Now we'll see what Long Island does when they get to that point, but first and foremost, they've got to keep it at a one-run game. And again, Long Island with just 4 hits, all singles on the night.
As for Todd Coffey is facing, it'll be Ricky Haig, Delwyn Young, Jeremy Barfield, numbers 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Haig tonight has sacrificed, struck out, walked, and then struck out again. He's officially 0 for 2, has reached base once. Righty-righty matchup, and very hard slider inside portion of the plate for a strike from Todd Coffey. Coffey making his 11th appearance, 10 innings pitched, has given up 7 hits, 3 earned runs, struck out 8, walked 5. He is 1-0, and he has 6 saves on the season. Another slider, a good one, fading away from Haig, who swings and misses. It's 0-2 to Ricky Haig. Coffey has that look of a closer, 6'4", the right-hander from Forest City, North Carolina. 0-2 pitch on the way, a swing and a miss. Boy, what a mismatch that was. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 1 down.
Haig with the hat trick tonight, third time he has struck out, the 8th strikeout for Ducks pitching. And for Coffey, this is his first action since last Sunday when he threw a scoreless inning in relief to close out the Ducks' win over the New Britain Bees, 12-3 in the final game of the homestand. That gave the Ducks a winning record on the homestand. So Coffey again, since he didn't pitch in any of the 3 games against Lancaster, coming in here down by a run, but no surprise to see a closer in the 9th inning at home. No chance for him to get a save situation, so trying to keep it right here and give the Ducks a chance to tie it in the bottom of the inning.
Pitching from the stretch, and the fastball in on the shoe tops of Delwyn Young, inside, 1 ball and no strikes. So that's why Coffey's in there, did not pitch at all in Lancaster. Want to get him some work? Get your closer in there. Coffey can't lose it, but he can win it. And the pitch on the way to Young, and there's a ground ball, big hop. Nice one for Ruben Gotay at second base, and throws Young out, 2 down.
So Delwyn Young quickly grounds out for the second out of the inning.
And Young 0 for 5 tonight brings up the dangerous Jeremy Barfield. Way back in the first inning, he singled in Jeff Dominguez for the first run of the game, giving what was the Sugarland Skeeters a 1-0 lead at the time. He has also bounced out, little chopper that third baseman Sean Burrows made a highlight play on. Throw out Barfield, who's also walked twice, so he's officially 1 for 2. Righty-righty matchup. There's a fastball outside, 1 ball and no strikes to Barfield, who entered the game 10th in hitting in the Atlantic League at .310. 7 homers, 28 RBIs. Now 29 RBIs on the season, with that 1 RBI tonight. 1-0 pitch on the way, and that one is smoked to left center field and rather deep. Going way back, center fielder T. Cody. Anthony Vega looks up, and that thing has cleared the wall. It is gone. The Skeeters sting the Ducks. Home run Barfield, his 8th of the season, RBI number 30, 3-1 Skeeters.
Well, Barfield got a good pitch to hit up in the zone against Coffey. No doubt about it once it left the bat that was going out. 4th time Barfield has been on base, and the 3rd home run that he has hit this season against Long Island, and that is a big insurance run for Sugarland.
Gigantic. Rene Tassoni at the plate is 3 for 4, all singles, also has struck out. And he takes outside for a ball, 1-0. So Todd Coffey, Ducks closer, coming in to try to keep the deficit at 1. Did not do that by surrendering a round tripper to Barfield. There's a ground ball to the right side, taken in the hole. Nice play by Gotay, and the throw in time. Nice play by Ruben Gotay to Tyler Colvin, and retiring Rene Tassoni. However, in the inning, a big blow to left center field. Jeremy Barfield with a long home run. 1 hit, nobody left. 1 run across at the end of 8 1/2. The Ducks need to rally with 2 runs to tie or more to win. Ducks trailing 3-1.
Hey fans, this is Todd Coffey, right-handed pitcher. You are listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on in the park night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip. That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, and Sean Gallagher's outstanding performance is complete tonight. 8 innings of 1-run ball for the right-hander, as Derek Loop, the closer for Sugar Land, will come in, and the lefty is looking for his 10th save of the year. No record and a minuscule ERA of 0.56 on the season. Just 1 run given up in 16 innings, spanning 15 games. And so he will come on. The bottom 3 in the order is due up. Blake T. Cody, Mike Dowd, and Anthony Vega. Currently, Matt Wessinger has come out into the on-deck circle for Long Island. And I did see Cody Puckett with a helmet before. And he is standing outside on the warning track right now. So it looks like Kevin Baez with the left-hander Derek Loop coming in is going to send 3 right-handers up to the plate for the Ducks against the lefty Derek Loop. And Loop this season against left-handers has been spectacular. They're hitting just 167 against him. Right-handers only marginally better at 239. But Kevin Baez wants to send 3 righties to the plate instead of 2 lefties with a righty in between. And so Loop on the mound to face pinch hitter Matt Wessinger.
Wessinger batting for the right side, as Michael mentioned, and the first pitch from Derek Loop misses. 1 ball and no strikes. Ducks need a base runner to bring the tying run to the plate. Loop sets. 1-0 pitch on the way, inside corner for a strike, 1-1. Wessinger on the season at 203. No homers, has driven in 7, scored 8 runs. He has walked 11 times. Good eye at the plate, and the Ducks will certainly take a walk here. Good off-speed pitch. Curveball, backdoor breaking ball for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Matt Wessinger. Wessinger replacing Blake T. Cody, the center fielder, who was 0 for 3 tonight. And a swing and a miss. Ball was dropped. Tag made. 1 down. So Wessinger goes down on strikes. Derek Loop enters the game with 16 strikeouts, just 4 walks. That's strikeout number 17 overall, and an important first out here in the 9th.
And the 10th strikeout of the game for Sugar Land, pitching a night after the Ducks struck out 12 times, tying a season high against the Barnstormers pitching staff. 10 more strikeouts tonight, and an easy first out for the left-hander Derek Loop.
Mike Dowd batting for the right side against Loop. And takes a strike inside corner. Dowd is 1 for 2 with a walk. He singled in the 3rd, walked in the 4th, struck out in the 6th. One of the 10 strikeouts registered by Sugar Land pitching tonight. Coming set, Derek Loop. 0-1 pitch on the way, just misses outside. 1-1, the count to Dowd.
And Cody Puckett is in the on-deck circle for Long Island again. He will likely pinch it for Anthony Vega. And Dowd just trying to get on base to bring Puckett to the plate as the tying run.
And a swing and a miss. Home run hack by Mike Dowd, swinging right through an off-speed pitch. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Michael, you are absolutely right. It is Dowd's responsibility to get on in any way possible Cody with home run power on deck. So Dowd stands in, loops, 1-2 pitch, and this one a little looper over Loop's head, taken by the second baseman. The throw is not in time. Ricky Haig's throw to Delwyn Young, not in time for Dowd, who was absolutely busting it down the line. So the first part of the equation has been accomplished. Mike Dowd with an important infield single, looped right over the head of Derek Loop. And Dowd's aboard, and here comes Cody.
Well, Cody Puckett missed all 3 games against the Barnstormers as he is dealing with that hamstring issue that has not completely yet gone away. But Kevin Baez using him in a pinch hit role here, righty against the lefty. Puckett has hit 3 home runs this year off of left-handed pitching, and a chance here to come up with a big hit.
Puckett at the plate. Pitch from Loops downstairs, blocked by catcher Wilfredo Rodriguez. Puckett on the season at .288, 3 homers, 20 RBIs, 24 runs scored. Excellent eye at the plate, and we know has the ability to hit it out. Tying run at the plate, bottom of the 9th, Ducks trail 3-1. 1 on, 1 out, and Derek Loop, the left-hander, throws over to first baseman Delwyn Young to keep Mike Dowd close. But trailing by 2, Dowd isn't going anywhere. 5th hit for the Long Island Ducks, and they have all been singles. Next pitch to Cody, reaches for it, fouls it, right side. First baseman Young makes the catch in foul territory. And Cody Puckett, not very happy with himself, reaching for an off-speed pitch that was off the plate and fouls out to the first baseman, 2 down.
So Cody Puckett, you know he was trying to hit the ball in the air, but he pumps under one. Fouls it off to the first base side. And now all of a sudden, the Ducks are down to their final out. And it's going to be Phelan Lentini, who is 0 for 3 on the night, looking to come up with a big hit to at least keep this ball game alive.
Lentini, as you mentioned, 0 for 3 with a sacrifice. He struck out into a fielder's choice, bounced out. Sacrifice came back in the 3rd inning. Pitch to Lentini, off the plate, just a little high. 1 ball and no strikes. Mike Dowd with that 1-out infield single as he beat it out. Just bounding right over the head of the pitcher, Derek Loop. The closer for the Sugarland Skeeters coming set. Checks the runner. The pitch. Unable to pull the trigger was Lentini, and he catches the outside corner. Good off-speed pitch again from Derek Loop. It's 1-1.
Loop has been a veteran here in the Atlantic League. Did very well for Sugarland last year. You mentioned off to a great start this year as their closer.
Dowd takes his lead. The pitch to Lentini, and he fouls it. Looked like right off the mask of catcher Wilfredo Rodriguez, who had that mask come askew on his head. But he looks like he's fine. And the Ducks are down to their final strike here. It's 1-2.
Both of these teams coming into the game obviously a little bit tired. The Ducks getting back late overnight after the game in Lancaster last night. The Skeeters, the flying all day today to get here for tonight's game.
Pitch to Lentini is on the way, fouls it straight back to the netting. Oh, Phelan had a good cut, just missed it. That thing came screaming right back to the net. So the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 on and 2 down. Ducks trailing by 2, bottom of the 9th. It's been a good one here tonight. Pitchers duel all the way. Ducks trailing by a deuce. Pitch to Lentini. Check swing. It was inside. It was in the dirt. Blocked by Wilfredo Rodriguez. And the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. With 2 down and the Ducks trailing by 2. The deuces are sort of wild.
And Dan Lyons has had a tough night at the plate. You know, he wants to get an opportunity to come up and atone for it if Lentini is able to reach. And if Lentini does reach, the tying runs would be on and the winning run at the plate.
Lyons just missed a home run his last time up. 2-2 pitch on the way to Lentini. Inside and low again. Blocked by Wilfredo Rodriguez, and the count is now full. So, with a full count and 2 down, Mike Dowd will be taking off as the pitch is thrown. But again, the most important players in the batter's box are Phelan Lentini, representing the tying run.
Going to take good plate discipline here from Lentini. You know, Loop is going to either try and blow a fastball by him or maybe get him to chase out of the zone. Lentini has to make sure he lays off the pitch if it does miss.
Coming set, Derek Loop. Payoff pitch to Lentini is on the way, swung on, bouncing ball left side and over and through the glove of third baseman Patrick Palmero. Streaking to third base is Mike Dowd. Holding at first is Phelan Lentini. That should go as an error all the way. Nope. It's going to score it as a single. That's a hit. 6th hit for the Long Island Ducks. Another single. Phelan Lentini with a bouncing ball under the glove of Patrick Palmero. Dan Lyons, hero of so many games here at Bethpage Ballpark and on the road as well, comes to the plate with a tying run at first base. Runners at the corners, and Lyons represents the winning run at the plate.
That's a very tough play for Palmero. Chopped into the dirt, and then it was kind of one of those plays that he had to field it on the short hop and come up with it. And even if he does with Lentini's speed, not sure he gets him. So that's why it'll be a hit for Lentini.
And Derek Loop, the closer, throwing over to first base to keep the speedy Phelan Lentini close. Lyons hits it into the gap. This game would be tied with Lentini's speed. Dowd and Lentini take their leads. Lentini has to dive back on that pickoff attempt. Dan Lyons 0 for 4 tonight and is due. He has struck out. Popped out with runners at second and third and just one out. Fly to left and then fly to deep center field, almost dead center. Great play made by Rene Tassone to retire Lyons in the 8th. Pitch to Dan. Outside corner missing. 1 ball and no strikes to Dan Lyons. Ruben Gotay is waiting on deck.
You mentioned an extra base hit should likely tie this game, but we'll see if Lentini takes off, so that way a single could tie it.
Coming set, Loop, the 1-0 pitch on the way. Backdoor breaking ball, nips the corner. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
You got to be careful of your Lentini, though. With the left-hander on the mound and Loop, he has the longer time looking at you at first base, so it's not as easy to steal, and you don't want the game to end on a pickoff.
Absolutely not. Loop again with that quick throw over to first base. Deceptive move, keeping Lentini close.
Lyons this year is at .245 against lefties, has yet to hit a home run against a left-hander this season, but has driven in 4 runs.
Coming set, Loop, pitch to Dan Lyons up high. Off-speed pitch again, and count now 2-1 in Dan Lyons' favor.
Lyons has done well, though, with runners in scoring position this year, hitting .333 in those situations.
Coming set, Derek Loop, runners on the corners, pitch to Lyons. Gets it right in there, right down Carlton Avenue, so the count now full at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And again, the Ducks are down to their final strike. The Ducks making some noise here and making Sugarland sweat and then some. Coming set, Derek Loop. Lyons at the plate. 2-2 pitch is on the way, and it's inside and low. So the count now full, and the Ducks get a break here. Lentini will be taking off with the pitch, which will further enable the Ducks in their efforts here to try to tie this game at the bottom of the 9th. They trail by 2 with 2 runners aboard at the corners. Dowd at third, Lentini at first, and Lyons at the plate, who steps out. Excitement here at Bethpage Ballpark. Ducks looking for drama here. Trying to tie it. Pitch to Lyons. Inside he walks. And the bases are loaded for Ruben Gotay.
Good plate discipline there from Dan Lyons. He was able to lay off those pitches down low. Another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quacker Jack Foundation wins. Derek Luke came in with just 4 walks allowed on the season. And the Ducks now have the tying run at second base in the form of Lentini, so a single would tie this game for Long Island. And the winning run at first in the form of Dan Lyons, so an extra base hit could win it for the Ducks.
Ruben Gotay struck out twice, bounced out and walked 0 for 3 with that walk that came in the 8th inning. Gotay batting for the right side against the lefty, the closer for Sugarland, Derek Loop. Pitch on the way, and that's a backdoor breaking ball that misses. 1 ball and no strikes. Tyler Colvin, cleanup man, waiting on deck. Ducks doing everything possible here to pull this one out. Trailing 3-1, bottom of the 9th. The bases are loaded. There are 2 down. 1-0 pitch all the way to Ruben Gotay. And there's a strike, inside corner fastball, and a good one, 1-1.
What high tension and what excitement in this series opener between the two teams. Great pitchers duel tonight between Gallagher and Snodgrass, and you know the Ducks want to spoil it for Gallagher and take his one away and come up with a 2-out tying hit here.
1-1 pitch on the way to Gotay, and that misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. The runners from third around to first. Dowd, Lentini, Lyons. Bases filled with Ducks. Long Island trailing 3-1. Bottom of the ninth, 2 down, and a 2-1 count on the batter at the plate, Ruben Gotay. Pitch from Derek Loop on the way. There's a ground ball. Shortstop. Taken by Beamer Weems. The long throw across the first is in time, and the game is over. Ducks did everything but score in the bottom of the ninth. Skeeters win. Skeeters win. 3-1 the final. Ducks threaten but go down with a ground ball.
And just evident of the way that it's been going lately for the Ducks, they've had a lot of opportunities to score. They missed out on some earlier in the game. They load up the bases in the ninth, are a single away from tying this game, but they leave 3 more on base in the ninth. 11 for the game for Long Island, and a frustrating night ends in Long Island's 4th straight loss, tying a season-high losing streak as the Skeeters fly into Long Island today and pick up the win in Game 1 of the series. So we'll take a break. Post-game show is coming up next. We'll recap this one and hand out the Player of the Game award after this. Sugarland 3 and Long Island 1.
Hey fans, this is Kevin Byers, manager of the Long Island Ducks, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
Hey PSEG Long Island customers. Want to learn how to save on your electric bill? Here's one way. You can save up to $100 each year by simply replacing 10 incandescent bulbs with CFL or LED bulbs. Want to save even more? Take our online home energy survey. It's free, it takes just 10 minutes to complete, and it may save you hundreds more. Find out about our energy efficiency programs at www.psegliny.com/save-money.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, the Trout Town fan can, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Back here at Bethpage Ballpark tonight, a tough one for the Ducks. They lose their 4th in a row, 3-1 the final, as the Skeeters take the opening game of this 3-game set after flying in from Texas today. Another day where the Long Island Ducks fell victim to an early 2-out RBI hit that put the Ducks in a hole. Long Island had to play catch-up throughout the game. They were able to tie it in the 4th, immediately gave the run back in the 5th, an insurance run in the 9th inning. And then the Ducks, who had missed out on several opportunities earlier in the game, loading up the bases with 2 outs in the 9th inning. But Ruben Gotay grounds to short to end the threat. And Gotay, who finishes 0 for 4 tonight, unable to come up with the tying or winning hit as the Ducks fall tonight 3-1. Michael Pollock alongside David Weiss in the broadcast booth. And David, you get a sense that frustration is growing for the Ducks. They struck out a total of 10 times in this game and have had multiple opportunities at different points. They left 2 on base twice in this game, 3 on base twice as well. And those missed opportunities on a night where Sean Gallagher had his best stuff really came back and hurt Long Island.
Yeah, and the key number you mentioned as we closed it before the break, and we mentioned it again, 11 men left on base. As you say, left the bases loaded twice in the game, and that includes the 1 inning when they did push a run across, and that was with a bases loaded walk. Other than that, coming up with that key hit to break a game open, the opportunities were there, but Sean Gallagher was dominant at times. Other times he wiggled out of jams, and he nearly went the distance. They brought in Derek Loop, who got himself into a whole bunch of trouble in that bottom of the ninth. But again, with an opportunity for the big hit that could have tied the game, even won it, it was Dan Lyons who worked his way aboard with a walk to load the bases, but Ruben Gotay grounding out, and that was that.
Yeah, Jack Snodgrass pitched well for Long Island, another quality start. He kept his team in the game by stranding 8 Skeeter runners over the first 6 innings, and then De La Rosa stranding 3 more in the 7th, so Sugar Land left 11 on base as well. But ultimately, they made the most of their chances in terms of getting a lead, and Gallagher kept them in the game. Ducks did not take enough of their advantages against Gallagher, who had walked 5 batters in the game over his 8 innings. So Long Island drops their 4th in a row, and pending Somerset's outcome, if the Patriots win, would fall a game and a half back in the Liberty Division standings. Recapping this one, Skeeters took an early lead against Snodgrass in the first when Jeff Dominguez singled to left was sacrificed to second. And then after a ground out to short, Jeremy Barfield, a 2-out RBI single to left, his 29th run batted in of the year, gave the Skeeters a 1-0 lead. The 2-out RBI hits hurting the Ducks again. Neither side was able to score until the 4th inning after the Ducks squandered first and second with nobody out in the 3rd. And in the bottom half of the 4th inning, it was the Ducks finally getting on the scoreboard. 1 out, back-to-back hits by Burrows and Blank. And after a pop out by Blake T. Mike Dowd and Anthony Vega picked up back-to-back walks. Vega's 19th run batted in on the bases loaded free pass tied up the ball game at 1. But the Ducks would strand 3 on the bases as Lentini grounded into a force out at second, and it kept the game 1-1. Another problem the Ducks had in the series in Lancaster was after they either tied the game or took the lead, they would give a run right back or give the lead right back to Lancaster, and it happened again tonight against Sugar Land because in the 5th inning, Jeff Dominguez opened up the inning with a triple to right center field just out of the reach of a diving Blake T. Obviously, in rear view perspective, if he lets it land and stops it for a hit, who knows if the run ends up scoring in the inning. Instead, it ends up being a double play ball that brings Dominguez home from third after the triple, and the Skeeters took a 2-1 lead at that point. The Ducks wouldn't be able to do much more threatening until the 8th inning against Gallagher when they picked up back-to-back walks with 1 out in the inning, but Burrows and Blank both struck out swinging. In the 9th inning, a solo homer to left center with 2 outs yet again by Jeremy Barfield, so 2 of the 3 runs, scoring with 2 outs by the Skeeters. The same problems for Long Island in that regard. And then in the bottom of the 9th, Derek Loop came on with 1 out, gave up an infield single to Mike Dowd. Pinch hitter Cody Puckett popped out foul to first for the 2nd out, but then Lentini reached on the infield single to third. Dan Lyons drew a walk to load the bases, the tying run at 2nd, the winning run at 1st, and Ruben Gotay hitting in the number 3 spot with Lou Ford still out with a hamstring injury, and Gotay grounds out to short to end the game and give the Skeeters the win. Final totals tonight, 3 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Skeeters, who leave 11 on base. For the Ducks, 1 run on 6 hits. They commit an error and leave 11 on base as well. Sean Gallagher gets the win for Sugar Land. He improves to 4-3 on the year. The loser Jack Snodgrass falls to 4-4, a hard luck loss for him. Derek Loop, despite allowing the Ducks to load the bases in the 9th inning, picks up his 10th save of the season. Game took 2 hours, 49 minutes in front of 4,623 here at Bethpage Ballpark. As for the player of the game, you give a lot of credit to Jeff Dominguez, who came within a home run of the cycle. But to me, Sean Gallagher was the story tonight for the Skeeters with 8 innings of 1-run ball. He did walk 5, but struck out 9, got out of several big jams, and limited the Ducks to just 4 hits on the evening.
And how about that 8th inning, Michael Pollack? That really just tells the story. Dan Lyons, just missing a home run, sends it all the way back to the center field wall. And the center fielder, Rene Tosoni, makes a circus catch out there. I thought it had fallen in. Dan Lyons was streaking into second base. He thought it went over Tosoni's head. So put that aside. Back-to-back walks to Gotay and Tyler Colvin. And what does Gallagher do? Strikes out Sean Burrows, strikes out Mike Blank. That at-bat against Sean Burrows, where he fouled off one pitch after another to left field, and batting for the left side, he was going the other way with it. And then finally winning that battle, striking out Mike Blank. That showed you what Sean Gallagher had in the tank, even in the late innings after he had already surpassed 100 pitches. Still had enough left to wiggle his way out of one final jam. Derek Loop, again, with all sorts of self-created trouble in the 9th, but it was Sean Gallagher's game, player of the game.
Definitely a terrific job by Gallagher against an offense that has hit .317 here at Bethpage Ballpark this season, and so tonight Gallagher is our player of the game. Take one more break here on the postgame show. When we come back, we'll look at the out-of-town scoreboard, and that sets you up for the middle game of this 3-game set tomorrow between the Ducks and the Skeeters.
Hey fans, this is infielder Matt Wessinger, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's Home for News, Traffic and Weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Long Island's Ford Giant is bigger and better than ever. Sayville Ford celebrating the grand opening of their new state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's grand opening celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's grand opening savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
Long Island Ducks fall tonight 3-1 to the Sugarland Skeeters in the opening game of the three-game series. Ducks tying a season high with their fourth straight loss, and so the Ducks will look to end that skid tomorrow in the middle game of this three-game set. More on that in a moment. First, a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Ducks look like they're going to fall to a game and a half back in the division as Somerset leads at 5-1 over Bridgeport, bottom of the eighth inning at TD Bank Ballpark. Scott McGregor, the starter for Somerset, he is in line for the win. Mike Thomas most recently was on the mound for the Patriots. For Bridgeport, Mike Antonini started. R.J. Hively and Scott Schumann have each given up 2 runs in relief, so it looked like Hively would suffer the loss, and Schumann is still on the mound. For Somerset tonight, leading the way offensively is Michael Jones. He is 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Fields and Kelly have each driven in a run as well as Somerset leads 5-1, bottom of the eighth inning in New Jersey. Blue Crabs and the Bees are all tied up at 5. They're playing at the bottom of the 10th inning up at New Britain Stadium. Gabby Hernandez started for Southern Maryland, and Brian Grunning is now doing the pitching for the Blue Crabs. Josh Zide, the starter for New Britain. Sean Gleason is now on the mound. Leading the way offensively for Southern Maryland is Darby Myers, 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs at the plate. Bees being led offensively by John Jones, who has driven in 2 runs. Jovan Rosa also has 3 hits. So that game tied up at 5 apiece as they go to the bottom of the 10th in New Britain. And meanwhile, in York, Pennsylvania, top of the 9th inning, the York Revolution have a 5-3 lead over the Lancaster Barnstormers in a War of the Roses match between the in-state rivals, but Lancaster threatening with 2 on and 1 out. Mike DeMarc is on, trying to pick up the save for York after Frank Gailey started and went 5 innings. For the Barnstormers, Tanner Peters started and went 5. Jackson and Reynolds each giving up a run in relief. Pete Andrelzik was most recently on the mound for the Barnstormers, who are led tonight by Josh Whitaker, 3 for 4 at the plate with 2 RBIs and a run scored. Meanwhile, for York, 3 hits and an RBI from Isaiah Tejeda, 2 hits and a run batted in each from Josh Wilson and Andy Marte. On the Major League scoreboard, Yankees and Orioles are currently tied at 5, bottom of the 7th inning at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Nathan Eovaldi started for the Yankees. Dylan Betances is now doing the pitching. Chris Tillman was the starter for Baltimore, and Michael Givens was most recently on the mound. For the Orioles, Chris Davis hit his 11th home run of the year for the Yankees. Carlos Beltran his 13th, Alex Rodriguez his 7th, and Austin Romine his 2nd. Mets currently have a 4-2 lead in Miami against the Marlins, top half of the 8th inning from Marlins Park. Mets started Noah Syndergaard tonight. He is still on the mound, 9 strikeouts in 7 innings. Tom Kohler got the start for Miami. Cody Hall most recently in the game for the Marlins. For the Mets tonight is Drupal Cabrera hitting his 5th home run of the year. James Loney his 1st in a Mets uniform. And Marcell Ozuna went deep for the Marlins, his 11th of the season. They will be getting underway momentarily. They are now officially underway at Levi's Stadium out in Santa Clara as Team USA in Copa America Centenario is scoreless with Colombia in the 4th minute. So that'll do it for the out-of-town scoreboard. Game 2 of this 3-game set is tomorrow, and the Long Island Ducks will turn to right-hander Mark Blackmore, who statistically has been their best starter of the season. 3-1 record with a 1.77 ERA. He has looked very strong for Long Island and looking to bounce back after a less than stellar start his last time out against the New Britain Bees. He'll be opposed by left-hander Aaron Thompson, who is 1-0 on the year with a 2.60 ERA for Sugarland. So, David, it looks like another strong starter will be taking the mound for the Skeeters tomorrow, and the Ducks offense that was limited to just a run on 5 singles tonight, will look to try and turn things up tomorrow in Game 2 of the series.
Yeah, Ducks Ducks will need Blackmar to be the stopper. You've got a 4-game losing streak here. You don't want things to get completely out of hand. There's still time left. It's still a close race. If Somerset wins tonight, looks like a game and a half will be the lead. But remember, the Ducks started out at 1-6. Somerset started out 13-0. Fortunes have changed since then. Teams are streaky in this league, and the Ducks, of course, have done that as well. They won 9 in a row after losing 6 of their first 7. And they need to snap out of a 4-game funk without Lou Ford, without Delta Cleary Jr. Cody Puckett is expected back, so that will be a boost. But it's all about the pitching, and if you can keep the Sugarland Skeeters off the board, scratch off enough hits, and you still have a chance to win this series.
Yeah, there's 29 games remaining in this first half for Long Island, so still plenty of time, and you want to win this series here because the Ducks go on the road for 6 games next week to York, who is currently in first place in the Freedom Division, and then a Southern Maryland team that has struggled, but the Ducks have had their troubles over the course of time at Regency Furniture Stadium, so important to get a series win here in your home ballpark before you head on the road. But to do that, the Ducks will need a win tomorrow night and then on Sunday after dropping the opener here 3-1. David, another pleasure to be in the broadcast booth with you here tonight.
Thank you so much. It's always great to be here. Remember, from a fan standpoint, with 2 games left in this series, Grucci fireworks following the game tomorrow night. So you know it's going to be a big crowd, and the weather's supposed to be beautiful. Sunday is iffy weather-wise. We hope the rain holds off. And whatever happens, Sunday's always great. Family fun day with the autographs before the game, with your Ducks on the field, and you can run the bases after the game. So many reasons to come out to the ballpark for the rest of the weekend. Always a pleasure. I'll see you soon, Michael.
Sounds good, David. That's going to do it for us tonight here at Bethpage Ballpark. Once again, the final score, it was the Sugarland Skeeters 3 and the Long Island Ducks 1. Want to give a big thank you out to our engineer back in our Ronkonkoma studios, Zach Johnston, pushing all the buttons, doing a great job as always. We invite you to tune in to our next Ducks broadcast, which will be tomorrow night, same time, same place, 6:20 pregame, 6:35 first pitch. And you can follow all the action here on the Ducks flagship radio station, 103.9 FM LI News Radio, and online via the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. For David Weiss, my name is Michael Pollack. Thank you so much for spending your Friday night with us. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Have a great rest of your Friday evening. We'll do it all over again on Saturday night here from Bethpage Ballpark. Good night and so long from Central Islip, New York.